everybody, and welcome with us, Ginton Dice. So please, why don't you go ahead and grab a seat, get a drink, sit back and relax. As we all nerdy friends sit at a virtual table to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Roll the
Day of
podcast.
the hour!
Day of the hour? Again.
I'm so not into this joke. I don't know why.
I think I'm
Says-
gonna have it where every time that happens, I'm gonna roll a D100, and the closer I get to either one or the other,
I don't know why
Ow.
you would encourage us to do this more.
something
Is
will
it
just
we-
happen.
It's like
Oh,
I think if you
please.
if you roll a 1, Garbu dies. If you roll 100, it dies.
Is it every session that we say something, or is it every time we say it?
Well, if you want to go with every time, then we'll do that. But
That's
right,
what I'm asking.
right now it's at
yeah,
every
please.
session because you only do it every session. I rolled a 5. I got close.
Day of the
You
hour?
got really close.
So you have to decide from now on. If you roll 1, Garbu dies, or 100, it dies on the
Yep.
spot. Like
Oh,
It's an
So
instant.
day of the hour.
no, stop. I'm good. I've already
With
lost
a
2
99?
characters.
I got an 8.
I've already lost.
8.
It is. It
Day
is
of the hour.
I'll do it even one
Stop
more
it.
time.
I'll push my luck.
Okay, never mind. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I'll
Alright.
push my luck. See?
So, anyways, why don't we go ahead and jump into tonight's episode? We're glad that our boy up top is back. So he missed a fun
He's-
time.
he's there for me.
Well, he's up here for me, so y'all can all suck it. Let's get into this. So, where we last left off, after you guys had talked to Paragon and tried to deliver this bag that seemed to have some chromatic ties to it to Paragon, and then informed her of this skeletal dragon that seemed to catch her in an emergency surprise, if that makes sense. Like, she instantly took off to head in that direction, to go there, of how serious this was to her. But in the unfortunate scene with most everybody missing it, besides Elise, as she was getting kind of blown away from the speed of Paragon flying off, noticed the bag goes off the cliff. You guys scaled down, talked to the shopkeep over at the Stargazer's Handy Sundries, and as you guys browsed a little bit and looked around, it was Garbu who started noticing what seemed to be some serious activity happening outside through the windows. Come to find out, the guards were trying to attend to a very deadly situation, but you guys were unaware of this at the current moment until this creature, this of unknown origins, started peeking through behind a building that locked eyes onto Garbu, where Garbu felt like he was being hunted. He was the prey to this creature. As the creature started charging forth, with 2 more guards showing up, and a very, very quick scuffle, you guys took off running with the aid of the shopkeep, creating this mystical barrier that seemed to have blocked sound and sight from one side to the other, but easily pass throughable. You guys were able to get a distance, or get a decent amount of distance away, before hearing this loud roar as this mystic barrier fades. The pursuit continued as this creature was getting closer and closer. A angelic entity running with Garbu offered it some advice on what it's here for, and Garbu tried to, well, not tried, but asked the entity if it could try to get rid of it, make it disappear. While the party continued to move forward, the entity did make it disappear, but seemed as though it was still there. It was in a place between two realms, and it seemed like it was struggling, fighting to get back to one side or the other. As you guys were continued to running along, happened to cross Wildstar, who then went running with you all, and after some tough persuasion, he decided
Team
to
effort.
turn around and try to go help assist before getting Herculed by Cell into the rocks of a building, and he was what seemed like done for.
Yeah,
Like
just
the
being a bitch.
comparison to Hercule.
Hey,
He was trying to fake his death. That's not really fair.
you guys, Elise and AF, walked over, helped him up, and tried to get him back on his feet and back moving. You guys continued your escape through the city, trying to reach the Guild Hall, the giant blooming cherry tree in the center of the city. Once you guys have made it there, you had just a little bit of a preparation as this entity, this creature, started stomping its way into the kind of like the, I don't want to say intersection, I can't think of the word, courtyard of the guild hall, where it seemed it had grown in size. There was a sense earlier in this encounter that either the more creatures this thing killed might have increased its size. As this now decently large creature was starting to stomp through the courtyard, getting closer and closer, with some of the Guildhall Guardians stepping up, along with, as the name that you heard, Bill. All of y'all just unleashed as much attack as you can as this creature started tearing down some of the Guardians. They did their best to stand up surprisingly well. I think, if I'm correct, it was like I think 2 guards died.
2 or 3.
Something like that.
Yeah. But as...
I mean, not counting the ones who died earlier.
Yeah,
but...
not counting the ones earlier. And it was at this time where a lot of the roots and vines busted through the ground, grappling this creature, as Tristani, the guildmaster of the Blades of Light, walked out, gripping this creature, also checking on everybody. He seemed alarmed that this type of creature, he as well stated that he does not have any knowledge of, that was tearing through his city, seemed to again be alarmed, but at the same time kind of have it a little bit under control. As everybody kind of moved out of the way, the creature was then eaten, absorbed, captured into the tree itself. At this time, after Aeth, you traveled with most of the guards, going back through the path of the creature, trying to check on civilians or anybody that might have been injured through, and you come across a couple of unlucky souls that happen to have crossed paths with this creature as it was making its way to the courtyard. Buildings destroyed only in its path, and if it was like an aerial view, you can see where it looks like the damage was picking up in size as it kept getting closer and closer to the courtyard. what looks like it started off with maybe a building or two, depending on the room that was in between buildings, slowly picked up to like uh, almost like half of each building on like both sides of the creature, almost like as it goes through a neighborhood, it took out both front ends of buildings going through people again, unfortunately being caught in the way. uh it's one of those scenes that it's just you try your best to quickly get the mess up, whether it's rubble, bodies, anything of the sorts. You guys tried your best to quickly get it up, with the thanks of Bill and Wildstar as well, with Wildstar still being a little bit more
Complaining.
complaining. Um, the rest of you, I will say, pretty much helped a little bit around the scenes, and after everything was said and done, nobody was pretty much allowed to come back into the guild hall in terms of basic living standards. But with thanks to some of the local taverns, you guys, without cost, was able to set up in one of the rooms without issue. And so I believe I already changed the day, so we will be waking up on the 5th. You guys can have already met back up, let's say for breakfast.
So,
So what the fuck was that?
I think we
I-
already discussed it was the tooth. One of the two.
I mean, do we know that or do we think that?
Yeah,
we know.
well,
He
I
told
said
us.
that I had a feeling it was the tooth. I don't think I was able to like convince everybody, but the
Yes.
blame was kind of put on me a little bit.
So was it the tooth?
I feel like it was.
I had a
One of the
weird
ones-
dream.
It wasn't this tooth. It was one of the two that went flying off the mountain. And then the other one was like the angel thing that showed up and kind of turned it invisible for a minute.
What angel thing?
And I talked about it last night, but I mean it was a little chaotic, so we might not all remember. But this entity sort of like showed up, and I could feel like an angelic presence from it, and then it offered to help, and I was like, "Can you get rid of that?" And so it tried to send it away, but it didn't work.
Oh, it. Well, it made it invisible.
I think
Uh,
ethereal might be the more accurate.
it-
Sorry, that was
it-
my word of the day for today. Holds up his word of the day calendar.
It's 8:05. We've been up for 10 minutes.
No,
Sorry,
I
then.
woke up an hour ago in order to work on something.
Oh. Well, even still, it's only been an hour.
And
Anyway, we tried to get that tooth out of your mouth, didn't we?
I don't
Didn't we
think
try to
so.
pull?
I think there was some pulling, but it didn't.
I'll even say probably a little bit last night. You guys could have attempted to try to pull out this said tooth that he
Yeah.
indicated, like he showed you it was this specific tooth, but no means was able to pull it out.
Not even with the metal hand.
Nope.
Also,
on.
DM, I believe you said last night my armor ended up destroyed from
Yes.
me coming close to dying.
It's like
Didn't work.
it's like your top portion, but for mechanical, it is like the entire armor.
I was just gonna unequip it.
You would have to also change that effect I have on your sheet too.
Soul of the Forge.
God. So, mind what you did. Just to refresh our memory, because that was a very chaotic night with whatever the hell that thing was chasing us. Didn't you say that? Just refresh our memory. Where did what? Like, why did you put that tooth in your mouth?
He
And
wants to
how did
become a
it?
dragon.
Yeah, it's pretty
it would be
obvious.
more like a dragon.
Like, are you
But
gonna
it,
do more stupid shit in your chase to become a dragon, or what's the whole deal?
Probably not like that again.
Hey,
are
why
you
didn't
gonna
you come to
at
me
least
and
ask us?
like talk to us? Like, hey, what do you guys think? I want to be a dragon. We'll help you be a dragon if you want to, but we'll also try to do it a safe way.
Yeah, that probably would have been smarter, I think, but wasn't what I ended up doing.
Hold on, is that the real Leroy or is that a screenshot of? Oh no, he moved.
No,
Never
it's
mind.
me.
I was like,
Honestly,
again.
Leroy
I
could
couldn't
probably get
tell.
away
I
with.
thought my I
That-
thought
It
my
would be
screen
hard to
froze.
do because he's standing away from his computer, but he could probably get away with taking a screenshot of himself back there and then just leaving that
But I
up
was
the
like,
whole
how
time.
did he do it?
What he needs is a cardboard cutout of himself and
There
just
Yeah,
you go.
stick
exactly.
there.
It's like I'm just very good at standing still. So.
Yeah, I was like, is that him?
I thought my screen froze for a second there. I was like, oh
No,
crap.
like there's a baby there, so I'm looking at the baby at the same time. So
You can tell when he's not at this desk because the sound that he talks is different.
yeah, because then it goes through the headset instead of the microphone is there.
So, anyways, continue.
So, all right. Other than that, well, we're not gonna just at least talk to us. But should we? I don't think we need to be in ZFM anymore for now. Should we start making our way to fame?
Where are we going?
I thought we were going to Baymont.
Hey, Garbu.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Do you want to see mom and dad?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, honestly, that sounds good to me. I believe
Well,
there
we
was
did
also
agree.
another option. What was the other option? Krisport?
Uh,
I think that was from that was
This
for
this isn't.
eight.
I can't remember.
I don't think it
Bolt
was.
had told Eighth something about it, I think.
Okay. I
Off
thought it
there.
was Krisport as well, but I couldn't remember why.
I did he?
Ben
don't remember.
Bemont's
Ah.
a little closer, I think. Yeah, I think he said that was where he had gotten the arm from originally. This is out of character stuff, just to
Okay.
refresh.
Yeah. All right.
DM's
I mean-
shaking his head, so it's probably not that. It might be Zalicia, the
No,
island above
just
Krisport, but it's
ignore me.
something around there.
Oh, were we right though?
I
It
can
was
look back
Krisport?
at the notes later, but
I think it was Krisport. I mean, it's been like a month since I did this, but I could be wrong. But
I was kind
Thought
of
it was.
interested in a robe at that shop, and I kind of want to know if that shopkeeper's okay, but
Well, I checked and they were okay. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
how did you check?
I walked in and I heard the dog and her.
Oh. I'd like to try and stop and get, or at least check out that robe, see what it does.
we get a pet dog.
DM.
No.
Garber, do
No.
you want a pet dog?
What if it's a blink dog, DM?
Oh
That would be nice.
What if we name it Nugget?
No.
no.
I know what Nugget
God.
is. Stop. Don't say anything, because if that dog dies, I'm gonna be mad. Okay.
No, it
It
doesn't die.
doesn't.
Okay.
It
Good.
doesn't die.
I love how that's like the first thing humans want to know when they see a dog in a movie or in
'Cause
TV
they die.
show. They want to know if the dog lives or not. They don't care about the humans. They want to know about the dog.
There's literally a website where they
No.
made that.
Look,
But
my
I love
dog
that
is my
that's a
best friend.
thing.
If she died, I would be devastated.
Anyways, what are you guys doing?
Should
Uh,
we start getting
I-
ready to head out of Zepham?
Do we
Yeah.
need any supplies? Anything we need to grab? I mean, we've got rations out the Wuha, but
Could you?
We could
could
probably
you
stop
add
at the
this-
shop.
I mean, technically, we don't need to have rations at all. But
that's
you know,
true. You guys are.
Yeah.
You can make moosh.
I can make I could have done it all this time, but I sort of when our power was limited, I didn't want to make berries every day in case I needed the magic. But you know,
Are they good berries or are they just?
yeah, good berries.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Can I put this in your bag of holding? And I'll hold up the 55 pounds of scrap metal that used to be my armor.
Did he get new armor?
No. But my old armor is broken.
Do you
Oh,
want to
It's
borrow
not
mine?
usable at the moment. No, I can get
That-
something in a couple days, I think. But
So is he like
That-
useless?
No, he just has low
Yeah.
AC. That's
Yeah.
that's.
Not
to be
useless,
fair, my
but-
AC is not that low. I think it's still higher than what Ace was for a majority of the campaign so far. Um, but yeah,
That's
my
not
AC
saying a
will be a
lot.
15,
Oh god, I gotta
even
pick my item.
unarmored.
Let's do
I mean,
that.
I don't really care.
We could well, we did have those, some people, well, didn't get the stuff that we needed to get at that shop before the, big giant claw thingy.
Yeah,
Referred that.
we can head
Uh,
back there maybe, and then go
If she's
to the
still open.
stables to get our horses.
Yeah, you could do that.
We have 2 horses and a carriage, right?
hmm
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Have we named those?
Uh,
Should we
They're-
get attached?
If I'm correct, they are in your. No, you didn't name them.
Yeah. Should we name them? Should we get attached at this point? I think Leroy took a screenshot again. No, I see him faintly moving.
No, I was in a second.
no,
I'm
no
just thinking
contact,
about it.
guys.
Judging
Technical
it.
difficulties, but we're back. So, you guys were discussing on what to do.
ooh.
Yes. Yes, we
Yeah.
were.
So I
I had
guess
to push my luck again.
no.
What did he
So,
do?
Uh,
What did he do?
I whispered it.
what are you
Oh my
guys
God.
doing?
Alright,
I
I
heard
think
about trying to leave, trying to go back to a shop.
we were gonna go to
Uh,
the shop that we were looking at before that. The
Yeah.
claw you got there. We were gonna get the claw, so I think we're gonna do that, and you're gonna get the crossbow. Why don't we split up? I I wanted. I mean, I seen that crystal ball and that ram head thingy. I wanted to buy that. And Garby wanted the robes, so me and him can go get our stuff there. Um, Clarence can go get the crossbow, and at least you could, if you want, you can get the cart ready, if that's all right.
that sounds. I mean, I'll need to get my money from Clarence real quick, but that sounds good to me. Bryce, do you want to just split what's currently in the bag since we don't remember whose was whose?
I think you have more. I think 400, 300
You think
makes
the
more
400 is mine?
sense. Yes.
Okay. I'll take. How much do you think a cloak is worth? 100?
What are you doing? Hold
What
on.
do you? First off, what do you have right now? Do you have like a light crossbow?
I have a light crossbow right now, is why I'm
Okay,
trying
so
to figure out.
a light crossbow is also a simple weapon, and you're
Mhm.
proficient with that. A
Yeah.
heavy is a martial weapon. You have to be proficient with martial weapons.
Okay.
So
to
you could
use.
do it with the with the
Light
light,
crossbow.
but
It's just
but you could,
So like
I think at that point the teleportation boots are just freaking better.
because
honestly.
you pretty much just like you could do a heavy crossbow, but like you would be disadvantaged on a lot of things.
Yeah. I'm gonna make. I don't know when I'm gonna get a chance. I'm assuming at like night when we rest or whatever. To make my item for 6th level. I don't know when you want me to do that, or if I did it last night.
Could be this
We'll
morning.
just say you haven't done it yet because last night was just exhausting. So you haven't done it yet.
right. Repeated what I just said. I'm not gonna repeat it again.
I can get some of my gold. Probably like 100. That should be enough for the cloak.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll take 100 of my gold out of the bag of holding. Are you gonna do that, or shall I?
I can
I'll
change
do
it. It doesn't matter. I was like, yeah, it doesn't matter. I didn't know you were taking it out. Why can't you just take it out when we pay?
Because you're going somewhere else, right?
You're gonna
Where
go
am I
get the
going?
crossbow.
No, we're not
Oh.
doing that now.
Oh,
Yeah.
so no.
No.
Then I'll
You
leave
can come
it
with us.
then.
Yeah, you
Yes,
can come
I'll
with
just
us.
come with you.
Wow. I mean, after that, I'm gonna probably go say. I'll probably drop some stuff off to Bolt.
Okay, so you guys head back to the Stargazers. Kind of like even walking back through, you can see that there is people working and building up the construction part that was damaged. And you can see as well people have set in certain areas like a memorial for those that lost their lives. But you guys eventually get there, and you can see that there is a okay, you can see that there is kind of like a white furred dog sitting like at the front door, and on the dog itself it has like a little bit of a brown and looks like a little bit of a yellowish kind of like spots on it, like big spots, not like some tiny polka dot thing. And it does look like it has kind of like a vest with looks like stitched on pockets, kind of like a working vest, if you will. As you guys get closer to the door, you can see that there is no, well, no, there is lighting inside, but on the door said closed C owner. And it looks like an arrow pointing down, and it's pointing straight at the dog.
Oh, it looks like the shop's closed. That's too bad. Listen, I'm blind. I can't see the sign, so I don't.
It says that the dog is the owner and to talk to them
Huh?
or to see them, but I guess you can't see them, so I don't know.
I can hear
Hi,
its heartbeat.
doggy.
It just wolfs back at you.
Woof.
Um,
I woof back at it.
I say in Sylvan, hello?
The dog just kind of turns its head.
Can we shop?
You just hear a wolf sound.
I
Okay.
have gold.
Don't we have a druid here that can like literally talk to
I think
animals?
she went to get the cart.
Dang it!
I'll try. Okay, Elvin. Let's see if that works. I don't know. There's gotta be something special about this dog, if it's the owner.
Can we just wait till Elise gets here? It's just the smart thing, right? Like I'm not.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, yeah, all right. I just want to make sure. Like we do a lot of dumb stuff. This is just like the
Alternatively, I
common
can
sense.
try a spell, but
We're not. Wait, what kind of spell?
just send a message to the lady.
Why don't you send it to the dog? The dog's the owner.
But the dog speaks dog. I don't speak dog. Right, dog?
I speak 3 different languages. I do not speak dog.
Do any of us know the name of the dog? Does the dog
Let
have a
me.
collar?
At this time, no.
Oh, does it have like a little like name tag
name
on the
tag,
on
yeah.
the? Yeah.
It says owner.
Mr. Owner, sir, can we... I just want to buy a cloak.
It barks at you. It does like stand up though and kind of like wags its tail.
Can we go inside to buy it?
Nod your head yes.
Bark.
If
Oh, I was gonna say
again,
bark
It-
once and bark twice.
It shakes its head in a no-like manner.
Can you bring it outside for us to buy it?
It barks.
Is that a yes?
is that a yes or no?
Bark once for yes and bark twice for no. Was that
Wait,
a
no,
yes?
Wait, no. Bark once for yes. Shake your head for no.
You see the dog looks like it kind of, Actually, no, yeah. As you're like trying to figure this out, it just kind of goes in like through like a little doggy door, and then like a few seconds later, it comes back out with like a little piece of paper in its mouth.
Can I read the piece of paper?
Yeah, you
Can I like
you
put my hand out?
you go to like to take it, and it gives it to you, and it says,
It's not true. Dogs won't do that.
This is a magic dog.
Mine just ate one of my
while
earbuds. So
it's almost like it's just a description, if you will, and it's like, I'm sorry that I am not available, but my assistant here is quite capable of helping your needs. In case of ever emergencies that the shop cannot be entered, if you know what item you're looking for, you can describe it, and my assistant can help you with that.
There was a cloak up on like the 4th shelf. I had to climb up to get it. Are you able to go in and get that? And I think he has 2 things he wants.
We just
it
wait
was
for the druid.
well the crystal. There's a crystallized ball.
I mean, this paper says the dog understands. We just have to tell it what we want.
And a ram head.
Okay. It is that it, right? It was the vest
Anything else?
and the ram and the
Do I know what's in
You want
this
to
folder?
retroactively have ruled for what Bryce might have seen while he was in
Yeah,
there?
that's why I was like,
Because he wasn't here.
that's true.
But Clarence was in the shop with us, but Bryce wasn't here,
Um
to be fair to Clarence.
Give me 1 second. I'm in the midst of trying to go back and find those items.
I saw a cloak, and then I forget what my second item was. I think
I know what they are. I just got to find it. So then I
Ace
can
saw the crystals and the skull thing, and Elise saw a mirror and a fishing pole, I think.
Yeah, but she
So
wasn't
that's
interested
the
in
items
those.
we know about. What was my second item? It was the cloak and something else, right?
I would have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Anyone remember?
I don't remember either.
I was only interested in the cloak.
And that's why I made a mental note on.
Oh, there was a large cane, because now I remember I was asking if Ace's dad would want it. Because I was playing dumb, like I didn't remember he was dead.
Now I remember. Now I remember. Yeah.
I saw a large cane that looked like it could be for like a giant.
Why are you bringing this up? No. Why are you bringing this up now? No.
I don't know. But those are the items we know about, the 6 items. So theoretically,
Okay, I'll try to find those in a second. Okay, we'll do this then. Clarence.
I really hope those two
Go
items-
ahead and make a history check for me.
21.
Okay.
He was ready for it.
So I'll let you pick between. Let's see. 1, 2, or 3.
Oh, whoops.
Acrobat.
You failed
Try
on
to-
that. You failed on that backflip, by the way.
I
Three?
wasn't backflipping. I was just trying to like not break my leg.
3.
Ah!
Okay, so
Ah!
you picked 3.
Elise shows up with a broken leg riding on the cart.
Hmm.
Try to slide across the horses to get on the cart.
No, I was trying to do like what's it called? Like Dukes of Hazzard slide across the horse. It didn't really work out that well.
Oh my-
Because there's
Man,
2.
American culture's
you
gone
slid
real
across-
far, boys.
You slid across the first horse, but you forgot there's a second horse. So you ended up under the second.
Okay, so this one was kind of like on a shelf, but it had like kind of like a label attached to it, that it looks like a gold piece, right? Just a gold piece, but like it was definitely different than a normal piece of gold. The label on it kind of like states that it might still have the same value as one piece of gold, um, you may not find any shop that would be willing to take it. So that was that one.
Is this a magical item shop? Is it a curio shop?
It's a mixture of things. Think of like, you know, it's like a high-end store mixed with a thrift store, if you will. It's there
So-
is so the way I described it to them as well is there is some items that looks like they're in a almost like a display case that only the shop owner can go open and get it out for you. And then there's some items a little bit more towards the back end where they're like on shelving units and it's just kind of like there. People can pick up, look at it, and put it back.
Did they have prices attached, or is it like?
I mean, prices attached to it? No, none of these will
Okay.
have prices attached.
What was the second item?
I haven't said it yet.
Oh,
Oh,
What?
oh. What was my second
the
item?
coin's probably from the Fault Empire, by the way, or something from like that time period.
No, I don't like that one.
Okay, then. Ow.
A pair of boots.
Do I know what they look like specifically?
They just look like almost like a. The pair of boots almost look like a very simplistic pair of boots. Like when you think of boots, you think of something sturdy, right? You put it on your feet like it's there to stay. This almost looks like a slip-on, slip-off pair,
Loafers.
but they're boots.
But boots.
They're Croc boots.
But
Are you
that's-
guys getting anything?
But that's what you remember you seeing.
Yeah. I mean,
While I also try to spend time to find those other things. So you're getting the ram's head and that bracelet thing, and
for
Garber, you're getting the vest thing, robe, whatever.
The cloak, yes.
Okay.
Was faintly magical with enchantment magic.
So
I got
as you guys explained it to the dog pretty much just barked twice at you guys and then went inside the shop. And then you guys were discussing like why not just wait? But again, Clarence, are you getting those two things, one of those things, or
I will have the dog get both those things, but while he's in, I want to cast Detect Magic.
okay? What are you trying to detect?
Oh, I want to know when he brings this stuff out if they're
Yeah,
magical items or if
look.
they're normal items.
Because I had
Um,
Detect Magic cast, and I think the cane wasn't magical. But the
I
cloak
can't.
I
Can
think
can I just assume I would have done it in the building when
That's-
I was there the first time?
That's fine. There would have been some things that seem to be like magical, some things that don't appear, and this is both within the glass case and like on the shelves. Some just appear to be very what seemed maybe valuable. It's part of why they're also in the display case, but they don't give off magical means. And there's some that are on the shelves that look like it's just like random pickups, but give off a very faint type of magic.
Should
The
we
two
also ask
items
the dog
were
if he has
either of
any
mine
healing
magical.
potions?
Both of y'all talked at the same time.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll go then. Were either of my items magical?
That gold piece was not, but the boots give off like just a very weird feint of magic.
I'll get them both.
Okay.
Is the gold
So
coin just worth a gold? Or
yes,
they just
I'm
sell
kinda
a-
cool with that at this point.
one gold piece. The gold piece is worth one gold piece, and I need to make a note of this somewhere.
it's like a.
What was
like-
the
yeah.
what was the copper piece called in Rome?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I know pence finds its roots in Carthage, actually, and so it's like a weird thing that the Carthaginians managed to trade with the early Britons, and the Britons happen to retain the word pence all the way through history to now. even though they're no longer Britons, they're Anglo-Saxons. But I don't remember what the Roman term was. But is it basically just like that, and they're basically like, yeah, you can have this for the equivalent of today's money?
Something like
Or
that,
is
I
it like
guess.
I thought
So we'll do this for the gold piece for a gold piece. But for you, Clarence, just put like in your inventory. Go ahead and take one gold piece off and put special gold piece,
Special gold.
and I will send something to you.
Okay.
And then put
It's actually cursed.
just put boots with question marks, and I'll send that to you as well. Just do 3 silver piece. Actually, you know what? Just do 1 silver piece.
oh god.
I'm gonna die.
For the cloak, put
On that note, real quick, what was the cane made out of? Was it just like metal, or was it like silver?
I'd have to go back and look.
Okay. I think you just described it as a large cane.
Probably.
So,
Um,
but I was just asking because if it was like silver or something like that, I might buy it just to have the raw material.
if we get to that point, we'll just, throw it in. Why not? But for the cloak itself, just do also, do no, do 1 silver. And for the ram's head, 1 silver. For the spears bracelet thing, do about 10 gold pieces.
Ooh. Okay.
I might change that later. We'll see.
That's fine. I only had 48 gold.
I
so.
have to go back and like recheck everything again. But as you guys debate about waiting for Elise to come and try to communicate with the dog about what you guys are needing and stuff, about 5 minutes later, the dog comes back out with like a piece of paper in its hand, and it has prices that what I'm telling you guys to pay first. It says here is the prices for the items that you asked for.
The dog can write.
And it has like a little pocket that you're supposed to put it in.
I'll take out my 1 silver. No, I'll get the cane for now, anyways, and you can tell me the material later. How much would you say for the cane?
I'll tell you later.
Okay, I'll give him the silver.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have 1 silver. I have 10 copper. So I believe 10 copper.
It barks.
1 silver. I'll give him 11 gold and let him keep the change.
It barks with a waggy
100
tail.
gold for that cloak. But should we ask about healing potions or anything like that?
I think they had healing potions here.
You guys don't
Might
remember
not.
seeing any healing potions here.
Yeah.
Are there any like
But it might
butcher
have been,
shops
like,
I can
behind
see
the
nearby?
Nearby, no, but I would say you guys have easily came across like maybe 1 or 2.
And Eighth lived here too, so he could lead us to one.
Can I walk to one and walk back and just buy a piece of meat for the dog?
At a potion shop?
No,
Butcher.
the butcher shop.
I thought I
But
heard
we
potion.
should see a
Butcher.
potion. No, we
There.
mentioned potions, and then he
Butcher.
asked about butcher.
Yeah.
Sure. You want to go buy a piece of meat? Why not
Yeah.
just do like 4 copper? Nothing
will do
too
that.
special. Because I wouldn't think
Shut
you'd get like the best steak in the world for it.
No. It's
Hey,
gonna be a
listen.
hospital.
If he's the best of boys, he will.
That's
I
true.
mean, I
If
don't
he
think
is the
it
best of
necessarily
boys.
matters to a dog if you're feeding them filet mignon or like just a cheap sirloin. I think they'd just be happy that they're getting meat.
So you,
Listen.
as everybody pays the dog and it kind of goes back in, you kind of walk down the street a little bit to get it like a little piece of meat. You know, they wrap it up, whatever. And you come back as the dog's outside with looks like it's making its 3rd trip coming out with like a bag, and it has all of the items that you guys requested.
With the cane, does it do that thing that dogs do at doors, where like they have to try for a minute before they figure out to turn their head?
Surprisingly, no. It
No.
like you see
Smart dog.
the dog is backing out first, and it's dragging the cane, as it is a really large item.
That dog's already smarter than me. Ow.
Smarter than Garbu too, because Garbu would have just walked with the cane straight.
So,
Uh,
you guys got your items. You
Right.
give the meat to the dog as well, and it's like, do you unfold it and give it to it, or do you like leave it in the folded thing?
I'll unfold it and like leave it on there for it.
It kind of like barks at you for a second, and it's almost like it's trying to go towards the paper, like it's trying to like tip of its nose of the paper that you took the
He
meat
wants
out
you
of.
to put the meat back in the paper.
I'll wrap it back up and set the whole thing down.
He'll take it and then go inside.
You might want to cook it. I don't know. It's a magic dog. It might have
I'm
some
not-
weird taste.
That's okay.
Or
That was my
specific
tip.
Taste.
He was a good boy.
I gave
Agreed.
him a gold. I
Wait,
gave
was
him
it a good boy or was it a good girl?
Boy,
Uh,
I'm not going to go that far.
Oh, look.
What?
It is a boy.
Pretty obvious with dogs. Not like they wear
Yeah.
pants or anything.
Yeah.
This
Well, I mean,
one
he's
wa-
wearing
What
a
is
vest.
wearing
This
a
one,
vest?
this one is
Is it an-
wearing.
Does the vest make the
didn't know
dog
that.
an extra good boy?
I guess.
He's only getting one piece of meat. I'm not walking back to the butcher shop.
Okay. So after you guys have required your items, Elise has returned with the cart in tow. What do you guys
Oh,
do?
I gotta drop. Well, I gotta drop something off or a few things off to Bolt, and I didn't want to say some goodbye to him for now.
Okay.
Whoop.
You guys head back to the guild hall, and there's a couple of guards kind of like posted outside. You guys kind of pull up a little bit, and as you guys are starting to pull up, you can see there appears to be like 2 other carts, and there is a rather very large, hefty man who's looks like he's arguing, if you will, with the guards as you guys pull up. If you can pretty much get down, and there's a guard that kind of steps up and tells you that there's no access inside the guild hall at this time. You ask him you're looking for Bolt, and he directs you kind of like to this clinic that's just a little bit further down where he's currently at the moment.
Alright. Thank you. I glance over at the guy, like the hefty man that's arguing with the guards. Yeah. Good luck with that.
As you were saying that, like it sounds like the argument is he go ahead and make a perception check. And this is based off of hearing, so
I don't know what I rolled yet.
Hey,
Ooh, 17.
you catch the it's not necessarily arguing like he's mad at them, but he is trying to find an escort to Krisport, but the guards are telling him at this current moment they have no idea if they have anybody available to do it, and he seems very adamant of like, you have to know somebody. Come on, there has to be somebody here who's like looking for something, and that's kind of what it's going on.
Did you guys want to do a quick job? Make some extra.
How quick?
and how much money?
Hang on,
Yeah,
I'll go
the
ask.
money's a good question.
I'll go ask.
What do we want?
Hey,
Like 10 million gold?
is there even that much gold in the world?
I don't know,
I
but
was
we could
told-
ask. Then we should start there.
Let's just see what he's willing to pay.
Okay.
I'll tap on the guy's shoulder. I'm like, hey, excuse me.
as he's like, look, there has to be. What can I? And he kind of like. It's it takes him a few steps just to kind of like turn around. Like he is this hefty.
Oh. Oh wow. I
He's
heard
like
ripples.
15 of me at least.
I heard I heard ripples and told me how big it was.
What can I help
Hey,
you with?
I heard you're looking for an escort to get to Krisport.
Indeed. And he kind of nudged the guards a little bit, and he's like awkwardly kind of like getting nudged. He's like, please leave me alone. And he's,
How much?
it seems like, told you. Definitely people wanting to receive payment for this, and you didn't know anybody. You wanted an escort, huh?
Well, how much would you be willing to offer us for this escort?
Well, I think it depends on how good you are. Is it just you that's doing the escorting? And he kind of like, you can feel like he leans in, and you can kind of start to smell like a little bit of his musky, not really pleasant BO as it kind of comes off, and he's just, you look kind of not strong enough for my kind of taste.
Well,
He's just a garbage. That guy looks like he has his own gravity.
Like you
Pretty
feel
sure
like
it does. I feel like I'm being
slowly.
pulled that direction. You should do your earring thing to try and like creep him out a little.
Yeah.
Well, no, it wouldn't just be me. It's me and my my 3 companions over there.
Kind of like starts to stand up and look, and well,
I am unarmored. I'm just a kobold in commoner's clothes right now with a hammer on his belt. It's literally what I am.
How can you prove to me that you're indeed worthy of my service?
Mm,
I say we just leave.
well, this is
And
we're
to be fair, I will pay if you can prove to me that you are indeed worthy of my time. I will make it worthy of yours.
I can probably prove it.
okay. What kind of test would you like to see? We're all 4 of us have some magical or have differing magical capabilities.
Well, why don't we start off with this? And he kind of looks to the guard, and he kind of pats him really hard, and once again, like getting like, you don't know if he's like trying to like stay in his ground, or if he's just like, the like the full of air dummy as he gets hit until it like eventually kind of comes back into his position, and he says, "I'll catch you later. Let me see about these young ones." And slowly starts making his way over to you guys. And he kind of comes up to the driver's, or the front part of the cart, and he's just like, looks like he's really inspecting you guys, and he's just, why don't you tell me what you can do, and we'll start there.
Well, I can summon a sword to deal that I made from a friend / patron, and the basically shows him the cane, changes from the cane to the sword.
Okay.
He can summon a giant cannon. He points
Come on,
to
Terran.
Clarence.
You, out of curiosity, which version do you summon?
Ballista.
Okay. Okay, continue, and then I'll say something.
She can summon a sorry, it's really hard. Cosmic sword and shoots arrows. I think.
I think it's just
Listen.
Sword Jesus, right? That's what it is.
Also some great healing.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Can do a lot of things.
She has a lot of different skills depending on the
Definitely,
situation. Very versatile.
definitely
Naruto will
coolest.
eat
Not a-
anything.
And he will eat anything that you put in front of him, and he's also very
Strong.
strong. Difficult
Um,
to hit,
he
usually.
Usually.
he looks at the kobold and he's just, "You're strong, huh? Why
Yeah.
don't you come here and show me how strong you really are?" And he kind of, he walks. he,
Enhance
I just
ability.
I pat my chest as I walk towards him.
he goes and kind of like stands right next to the back end of one of his carts, and he kind of barely puts his
Guidance.
hand on it, and he's just, "Now, I want you to try to lift my right foot. If you can lift it, then you are indeed pretty strong." And if anybody has some decent passive, you could see like some of the other guards that are like, they're like eyeing in this direction because
I am
they're
still
like,
wearing my strength medal, by the way. I just want to say that my armor may have been destroyed, but I did keep the strength medal on.
I'll say it's like on your lower half, and he's like, "Oh, I recognize that," and he kind of like he goes
Got
down
like
and
8 of them.
like picks you up like kind of like a child
Yeah, I weigh
underneath,
nothing, by
like
the way. I weigh like 20
your
pounds.
he picks you up like a child like underneath your armpit and just like lifts you up, and he's like, first off, you can now smell like his like kind of pungent like smell kind of coming off of him, and he lifts you up pretty high to see the emblem, and he's like, "Ah, the question is, did you win this or did you steal it?"
I currently weigh like 50 pounds with
We're
all my
literally
stuff
all
that I have
wearing
on.
one.
Yeah, I won this. I won this. He
yeah.
won
Is-
one for swimming. She won one for wisdom. Doing a maze, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then
Mhm.
he won one for, I forget what the competition was, but it's intelligence.
Puzzle.
Puzzles.
I'm smart.
Yeah.
Huh, that's actually pretty interesting. If you can prove to me you can lift, I'll believe
Partway
this.
through his sentence, I'm gonna try and lift him up onto the
Well,
cart.
he does put you back down.
Okay. As soon as I'm on the ground, I'm just gonna like hands under him and just try and lift.
Is he going for the crotch push?
make
Yeah.
make a strength check.
You have
Strength
guidance.
or
With
athletics.
advantage.
It changes nothing, but strength or athletics.
You know what? I'll athletics. I was thinking that too.
It changes. It's +2 either way.
Make me
I'm
an
just asking
athletics
for the
check.
sake of the roll.
You get the advantage
12.
plus 4.
Wow.
Oh my god.
You can also add a, you
14.
can also add a D6 for my cosmic omen.
What's the D6?
14.
17.
17 total.
I'm boosting as much as I can.
um
Did he
you
get
go you go to lift, and you're lifting like you're like one of those where all of your veins are like slowly starting to show type thing as you're like trying to like lift him up, and he is heavy. You kind of like lift like just a little bit of the front end of his foot up a little bit, but the back end is just still slight, and he's like, you kind of place him back down and catching your breath, and he says, "I told you it's gonna be pretty tough. You know what? You almost seem like you got it. I'll give you one more chance."
Uh,
Guidance.
Let me see. I was looking to see if I had anything else. No, that's.
You really
that's it.
gotta
You know what?
show
This time
me.
I'm doing strength instead of athletics.
You really gotta show me if you won that medal.
Oh my
17
God.
plus the
I'll give you-
guidance.
I'll give you another
19.
cosmic. I'll give you another cosmic omen. Another D6.
20
20.
total.
10 total. I mean, it's something, right?
Okay, 20 total.
You guys,
You
guys
you kind
hear
of like
that?
take a step back, kind of like shake and like slap yourself a little bit, and you just, without hesitation, you just kind of come back in, and it feels like more weight has been added to this, but you just like lift, and like his foot does come up, like kind of like a little bit up to your chest, so like a foot or two off the ground. And then you like kind of hold it there for a second, and then you drop it, and he's just he slaps you where you go ahead and make another strength
small.
check.
I'm small. I'm going.
Oh no! You have advantage still. 17.
I hit saving throw, but that was
Uh,
meant to be. It's the same modifier.
He
I mean, about
he
probably what you.
like this just enormous hand just like goes down, like it's like he's going to like pat you on the back, but something tells you like it's like you're after you just got done trying to lift this heavy man's foot. It's like your muscles are still just like that tense, and he goes to hit, and you just don't move, like you don't even budge it. He's just, oh man, you all definitely must be the cake. Oh, if you can handle both of that, oh, I think we got a live one here, folks. And like the guards are like, one of them is just eyes wide, because like the one that he's been like patting the most and like kind of being tossed a little bit, and just seeing this hand, like imagine like planetary destruction off Naruto, as the rocks just the air just splitting, if you will. It's like that's what his hand was like coming to Garbu, and you just withstood it. It stings. It stings, but you withstood it.
The guard's confidence is probably shot.
Good job, Garbu. Good job.
And he's just.
You need to sit down.
Well then, I think we found ourselves a winner. Won't you say, Hans? And you can see there.
Dude, could I estimate how much he weighs based on the?
This guy is like.
I know how much. I know how much metal normally weighs. Based on that, and based on assuming he has about the same density as metal, how much do I think he weighs?
He has his own gravity.
Are we talking like as soon as he gets on the cart, the horses are groaning in pain?
I want to judge if we need to like get a second cart just for him.
I mean, I think he has his own cart.
He has two carts.
Does.
There's two carts.
Okay. One of them is specifically designed for him, right?
I will say this, you guys, first off, before we get to his weight. These carts look like they are not your average carts. These look like they are heavily reinforced to heavy, like,
they need to carry a ton each.
like some actual decent weight. Like, if I had to say these are like heavy carts, like these are heavy carts, can heavy loads.
Yeah, I mean, Garbu just got hit by one of the little heavy loads.
He kind of like pulls one of the back curtains off of the cart back, and you can see that there is what appears to be 3 females in the back.
Oh, does he have a harem? What?
There was one that appears to be like a dark elf, one that seems to be a light-skinned human, and another one that seems to be a light-skinned human as well. And they seem, okay and dressed. They're not like extremely fancy, but they're not like in chains either. But they all just kind of like nod their heads into y'all's direction. And he's just, well, I'm needing an escort to Krisport. I'm a very, very worthy merchant. Alright? And I can make it worth your while. Trying to finish up Go ahead. Trying to finish up a deal I have.
While he's rolling the insight, can I roll a medicine to see if I think this guy will live long enough to get to Krisport, or will he have a heart attack?
Is he just
on
really
his
fat?
Yes.
He
I thought he was
like,
just big like me.
No,
he's
like he
The guy from Resident Evil, the big guy who just sits in the back of the carriage the
Yes,
whole time.
that is pretty
Jabba
in
the
much
the newest
Hutt?
game.
no.
That as well.
Ish. Hold on. I'll get the picture.
Can I make a medicine check to see if I think he's gonna have a heart attack on the way to Krisport? See if this is even worth it.
I
mean,
mean,
sure.
I could probably resurrect him.
And then he'll immediately eat a donut and die again.
Well,
Where's my pastries?
yeah, he'll make it. He'll make it perfectly fine. He's at the height of his health.
Let me see if
I mean, I didn't roll that low, but
I don't know why they're showing a skinny guy when this guy's not skinny, but I have an image, so give me a second.
the skinny guy. It's like the ultimate, like,
Well, he wasn't skinny, I'll tell you that much.
maybe he's got the illusion. No, it'd be funny if he had the illusion of a skinny guy. And he's like, oh, let me drop my illusion. It's like, oh. What?
I just, I'll post this in the images just to keep it there, because why not?
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see.
Like,
Like that.
yeah,
yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
yeah, that is
What
a
that,
very,
Wolfenstein?
No,
No,
that's
that's
the
Resident Evil.
newest Resident
is it?
Evil.
I haven't played it.
so
It's
anyways,
the new one.
I watched a video about it.
Is that with the vampire mommy?
yes,
Yes.
Okay.
and that is very correct language, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All vampire mommy.
For your insight, and medicine for a 12,
He's at the height of his health, right?
you're
He'll live
unsure.
forever.
You don't know this. You feel like it could be a coin toss. He could be any second once he gets done with his sentence.
Okay.
But it is just, I'm a very wealthy mansion, and I'm trying to finish up a deal in Krisport that I gotta do. Now, if you can get me there and my lovely assistance and with my wealth, would definitely make it worth your time. And you don't think he's lying. With a 25, like, he seems extremely confident, and like he's kind of just saying this out loud, but you feel like this is not necessarily the first time he's been around the block, but you don't know on the other cart, the one that's in front of the one that because there's two carts, they're kind of like in line with you being right behind them, also in line, so you can only see in the back one, the second one, and the second one has like the three females with a little bit of possible luggage, but nothing that deems of like extremely wealthy, but he seems extremely confident in what he's saying.
Could we get a rough ball estimate on the gold amount, just so we know what we would?
Well, let's see here. I'm very wealthy. I didn't mean wealthy. I'm very worth my time. How about 500 gold to each of you?
If we can get that in a contract, I'd be agreeable to it.
You want that in a contract? I can get it in a contract.
What do you guys think?
You guys
like
alright?
that idea.
Be a little.
I mean, it is quite a long trip.
Be a sidetrack from going to Baymont, but
I mean, it actually takes us relatively closer to Baymont by a significant amount, I think. Am I wrong? I'm looking at the map now. I think I'm right. Yeah, I don't know.
It'll be a little
more of
longer.
it's more of a straight shot, but it's kind of like almost the same distance away.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I mean, we can go to Krisport. You have reason to go to Krisport anyways, even though we were going to go to Baymont first. We can go to Baymont afterwards.
Yeah, we can do that. I think that's good.
Baymont. Baymont makes me think of Baywatch, so I like that better.
It's where you grew up.
I know.
Yeah, we could.
I mean, it's
I
quite
think-
it's quite a trip. I don't know if 500 gold each is worth it, to be honest.
Would you like a bit more?
To be fair, that would basically double or triple the amount of money we have, depending on how much we've spent so far.
Yeah, but just because it's
You can't
relatively a lot of
really-
money doesn't mean like what we own right now. It doesn't mean that it's worth our time.
We also don't know what the dangers on the trip are. I didn't think about that.
I assume it's safer than some of the stuff we've already gone through so far.
Or more dangerous.
It really
I mean,
depends. We gotta go gotta go past the gray hill.
Being from Baymont, what do I know danger-wise from the region? Because I traveled through the Gray Hill. Granted, it was on like the south end of it, and the Thundering Mountain.
I have not been to Krisport. I have been along the main road and down to Baymont. I would know a little bit as well.
um
Oh.
I mean, it is. Let me take a look. See,
Do you want us to make a roll or anything?
I'm first trying to look at something. Let me see.
If it's
Let
intelligence
me
based,
see.
I've already failed.
I got 50-50.
I will say there hasn't been necessarily too much, as long as from, and this is a little bit from probably AIS, a little bit of experience up in the Esbo forest. As long as you kind of stick to the trails, you don't tend to come across too much of problems. Of course, you will still have like your occasional you know, like robbers in a bunch of places, but you know, besides basic things like that, you don't tend to come across a lot as long as you stick close to the trails. Once you guys kind of get out of the forest, that's where like not really much people have information on, as kind of per most of y'all's stories.
Well, other than robbers, the northern part of the Espo forest, most we would have to worry about. But we could have our cart near the back, and we would have one or two people in that. And we could have one person sit in the first cart in the front, and then one person sit with him or outside of him and his entourage.
Me and you are good at perception. Maybe one of us should be in the front and one should be in the back. Talking to Elise.
God, I
One
thought you were.
person keeping watch in the front and one keeping watch in the back. And then maybe Clarence can stick with me and Faith can stick with you or something.
How much did we travel in a day distance wise?
With the cart, I think it's 3 or 4
40.
blocks, right?
I think it's 4
45.
because the fact you guys have
60.
Better horses.
no, it's because you can do 30 miles normally. I think it's 4 because the fact you have 2 horses.
Yeah, but then with these people, we're gonna slow down a lot again. So
Well, we don't know. Their horses might be good, but I mean, dude's pretty heavy. How many horses do they have on each of their carts?
They have 2 as well.
2 as well.
What's the
Yeah,
quality of
we're
the
gonna be
horses?
traveling like half speed.
They seem pretty. I mean, by basic looks, like a
Better than ours.
nature or medicine check.
You need at least 1 horse per
think I've
ton
ever
on
rolled
this
that.
guy, and he weighs like 10 tons. So
22.
I'll get on that nature check.
They seem pretty healthy as like a pretty active horse. Like,
Why is nature intelligence based?
because
I never-
D&D doesn't
it's-
know.
It's dumb. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's really
Sorry, I
dumb.
apologize for interrupting.
Nature should be wisdom based.
That's
Raise
what
your
I
hand if you
thought
think
it
it should
was.
be wisdom based.
That's why
Hands
most
up.
druids. That's the really funny thing. Is like druids should be good at this.
They know
because
nothing about nature.
Yeah, that's sorry for
Yeah,
interrupting. It was
No,
It's-
you're
it's
fine.
to
But
me.
yeah, so they seem in a very healthy like manner. They don't seem like they were recently purchased, and they don't seem like they skipped on leg day. Like these
I would
horses,
hope not.
these horses, or whether trained or bred through this like type of hardship to pretty much handle heavy loads.
I want to ask him, how far do your horses travel each day? But I would request that GM would like say it in like blocks of measurement and not like real life stuff.
Well, you can do this at 45 miles or 60 miles. It's on the
Oh, it's on the thing.
thing.
We have a
Yeah.
key.
Yeah.
No, look on the map.
Oh yeah, we can just do the
You gotta
drag.
get
I would
out.
Yeah.
prefer that.
Yeah.
For
Damn.
simplistic sake, I'm just going to say it's about the same. They might be a tad bit slower just because they're not in a rush to really ever do anything. I'm not saying you guys are in a rush either, but then the weight does kind of slightly factor into things. So
Yeah.
with
So,
two
Maybe
with
about
two people, like two separate carts taking time, but one with a lot heavier load will tend to go just a little bit more slower.
so it'd still be roughly about the same distance. Okay. How about let's- should we do each of us about 650 gold?
it takes us quite a while to go there. We have to keep multiple people safe, not just one person. So I think it would
700.
be only fair to ask for. I mean, we can see where we can. Like, I just sort of whispered to him, I guess, not actually saying it out loud so that he can hear it. I mean, we should highball it first at 700 and see where we land.
Also,
Okay.
I'll try and whisper as well. Also, if any resurrection has to take place, I feel like we should require that he comps us that fee of the diamond, right?
Oh, yeah, that's
You're
also
both-
true.
You are being very pessimistic. Let's hope that doesn't come to it. But yes.
I mean, I assume it won't, but like I'm just saying, we should get that established beforehand.
I mean, I think that could increase the price to 750 per person because we have actually the capacity to resurrect people.
Yeah,
Okay.
it should.
All right.
Speaking of that,
we
should
do.
we stop at a jeweler and get some diamonds?
I mean,
Yeah,
I have
you
a
gotta
diamond,
get-
but yeah, we can.
I don't have
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Well, I gotta go see
Guidance.
Bolt. So you guys can go get that. All right.
I'll
So
slap 8th and cast enhance abilities on him. So I just kind of slap his lower thigh because that's as high as I can reach.
Guidance.
Enhance abilities and guidance.
so we're
Charisma.
wondering. We do like our resident strong boy Cobalt there. He has the ability to our
Get
friend
it
Elise
out,
here.
boy. We're wasting money.
All right, they both have the ability to resurrect if situation comes to it. So we're wondering if we could possibly charge you 750 gold per person.
As he chuckles, go ahead and make a persuasion check.
With advantage and D4.
Guidance. Yeah.
Did you give him the D6 too?
Yeah, and the Cosmic Omen. I'll use my last one on that as well.
I mean, you can wait to see the roll, right?
Natural
Oh,
20.
never mind.
God.
Never
Oh
mind.
Add
my
the
God.
D4.
No,
Oh
no,
my
you
God.
said it. You said it. Give it to him.
Okay, well, go
Give
for
it to
it.
him.
This-
Oh my god, it's gonna
31.
be max on everything.
The D6.
31.
Everything
Oh.
has-
32.
32.
Okay.
3-2. Is he gonna be like, you know what, boy, I like you so much?
He
I pushed the glasses up a little bit.
as you say this, and it's almost like as you were trying to figure out how to say it in a very polite way of we would like more money, but after he made that statement, you just like, look, we can do this. Like, we would need more money to showcase that we can easily take care of you if something bad did happen. And he's just, well, I'll be I'm glad I got more with me then. Fine, I'll take it up on the deal with you.
I have pen and paper. I'll start writing up the contract.
No need, no need. He snaps his fingers and he just opens up his hand and it's like a piece of paper slowly rolls out and he's just, you can sign the contract.
Where
Or
did you
read it."
hide that? Like in a pocket or?
Yeah, for
I
gaps.
have
Yeah.
many, many secrets.
I'll whisper to Clarence, it was hidden in a fat roll.
What I was thinking.
You don't know this, but he is the most dexterous man. As he snapped his fingers, it was like it quickly goes in,
He
pulls
knows-
it out, and then just opens his hand.
He doesn't know magic. He knows like sleight of hand magic, like the magic people in our real
No,
world
no, no.
know.
One of
To
the
be able to like
rolls
pull a
opened
dove
up.
out of their pocket.
One of the rolls opened up to where it was like ready for him to reach in there and pull it. Like it was like,
Can I smell it?
Sure,
Oh.
do you want to smell it?
Yeah, I do.
oh
What's it
god.
smell like?
Make a Constitution saving throw.
No, I don't have that. That's a bad one for me.
It was in the fat roll. It was.
Saving throw?
Yes, a saving throw.
Oh,
yes.
So as you kind of go to take the contract from his hand, he's like hasn't left his spot, so you pretty much hop down and to go get the contract, and he lowers it to you, and as it kind of slips off of his hand into yours,
You catch it with?
it's like it's like a tidal wave of smell that just kind of came down. It is a first off, I just want to see. Oh, that makes it even better. It is first off a clear day, no clouds in the sky. This man's kind of sweating, right? And it's just this
Oh,
smell comes
no.
rolling off. The rest of you, Clarence, for about so far he got the contract in his hands and hasn't moved a muscle. At this current
Clarence?
moment, Clarence is
faint.
he is
He fainted.
unconscious but standing up.
I'll come over and I'll try to read the contract over Clarence's shoulder. I assume it's a bunch of legal terms that I haven't gotten to yet in my word of the day calendar, but I'd like to see if there's anything in there that's extra.
Make
Anything that we shouldn't agree to.
make a I feel like I'm going to say
Insight?
perception. You can make an insight. Yeah, that would be okay too.
10.
Because I no longer have the enhanced abilities, but it would have been strength anyway, so 10. Dang it, if only I had advantage.
It appears pretty straightforward.
I'll sign it.
I'm gonna read it before you say it as well.
Low intelligence, big words.
Whenever I come back, I will read it. But right now,
I'll
I'm
take the paper
indisposed.
as he's unconscious and I'll sign it. And it's
Okay.
just kind of Garbu's signature just kind of looks like a squiggle.
Okay.
I'm gonna read it. I'm at least just gonna read it over before she signs it.
Okay. You read it. Go ahead and make a insight as well.
25 again.
Okay.
I've been rolling 25.
Pretty much, you guys are agreeing to transport him to Krisport. You guys are agreeing to transport him to there. And there's like a decent amount of stipulations that if you guys are wanting to deviate from the path that might be pretty much in the opposite direction, they still have to come along, but pay will slowly be reduced on the final part. Protection at all costs, and it actually establishes a hierarchy.
Okay.
Right?
Dude
And
first, then the ladies.
it's you see where it's kind of like one of the ladies the
Mhm.
2 carts, the other 2 ladies, and then it's him.
Bottom to top or
He's
top
But
to
it's
bottom?
He's not the actual main person. It's one of the 2 ladies.
He's at the top.
Oh, he's at the
So
top.
he's
Okay.
bottom to top. Okay.
He's at the
Which-
top. So it's
Which lady's at the bottom?
so if we had to go down the order, it's him, the dark elf, and one of the, I'm gonna say this one
Humans.
is kind of like a black-haired human. Then it's the 2 carts, and then it's the, we'll just say she's brown-headed. They don't have name. Well, yeah, they have names, but I'm not.
They're
gonna
probably
go-
named on the thing because we don't have their names yet. But
Yeah, and I'm not.
So
gonna go there.
him, dark elf, human, 2 carts, brown-headed.
Yes.
what are your names, by the way?
We'll tell that later.
Okay.
Jeff. You're all Jeff till
Okay.
further notice. Am I alive again?
So, anyways,
Yeah, the contract's not in your hand anymore, so you could.
no, you're
recover.
still unconscious, by the way.
Anything else interesting?
Damage to vehicles. If it can be repaired, then it's not a problem. But if it's like damaged and nobody can repair it, money taken out. There's nothing that seems to be indicating treachery or a secret
Agreed.
like get out of deal.
Mm.
But it does state that if you guys get, even if he doesn't even make it like a mile from the city, and you guys like, it's like 1 mile, and we're gonna go ahead and turn around, he won't pay you. He has to be
Okay.
entering in the city
Okay.
for this contract to be fulfilled. Everything else seems to be pretty straightforward.
Okay, so we have to get him into the city.
I mean, why would you? If it's only a mile, why would we not go the entire way, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. That
I can live with this deal. I mean, like, I'm not really like, if we're gonna go do this, then we might as well just go the entire way. I mean, I don't really see the need to deviate from the path.
But
Yeah.
what if we get there and he's like a bad guy and they want to arrest anybody with him and stuff like that? I guess that would be the only.
I mean, that's his problem. I
Worry.
mean, we have the contract to prove that we're just working as a escort. We're not like actually
That's
part of
actually
his
true.
gang of people, So, and it seems like he's just a businessman, and his business is his problem. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so,
Are you okay, Clarence? You kind of
he's still
phased out
unconscious.
there. Oh,
I'm unconscious. I just.
I
that was
will
the last time.
I will let you know when he wakes back up.
I made a mistake.
right.
So
Right,
the agreement for 750 times the 4 of you guys, so that's 3,000 total.
Mm.
He will, in the contract, I'll even state this, he will go ahead and pay 1,000 as like an advance,
Mm.
and then the 2,000 will be
Okay.
250
$250
forever.
apiece as the advance. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you want me to just add another 500 to the gold that's in our bag of holding? And we'll just remember that now it's 650 and 550.
I mean, I guess we should,
Bryce.
if you want to get a.
I'm still dead, right?
You're
He's still
unconscious.
Well, I'm
he's still-
asking out of character.
Oh, okay. What I wasn't
Add
listening because
the-
I'm dead.
Add the full 500 for our prepayment to the bag of holding, and we'll just remember that it's 650 and 550.
Say that again. What? So
We're getting a prepayment.
yes.
Do you want
yes.
me to just add that
So-
money to the bag of holding?
Are we getting 250 a piece or are we getting 500 a piece?
250 apiece.
Okay, we'll just add it to the bag of holding.
Yes.
Can I like at least puts on a glove and like takes a rod and then just taps the back of his head? Does that wake him up?
Sure, why not? With a little kind of like a static jolt, you kind of like come back into it.
Holy crap!
But your throat is on fire. Like it's almost like you were throwing up, but then it stopped, and it was just sitting there for a little bit, and then it finally
And then
went back
it
down.
basically it choked him out into unconsciousness.
Can I just sign the paper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here.
Sounds good.
Here.
Was she you see Elise's signature is like the super fancy scribbled, it's like compare Garbu, like which is like if on a D20 it's like a 1 and
The
Elise's
beginning of
like a nat
Garbu's
20.
almost looks like a circle, like it could have been a G, but
Mm.
then it's just kind of.
Triples.
Yeah.
Mine's very technical. It looks like
This is like
Times
block
New Roman.
letters.
Yeah.
Mine is about what you would expect a blind person to. No.
He
Next.
just puts a line.
Next.
He just grabs an ink blot and puts his hand in it, and puts his hand on the thing.
I mean, he's somewhat educated, so he kind of just like very
It's just
basic.
an A because that's basically a triangle, right?
AA or yeah.
What might be the easiest for a blind person
It's like
to do?
an A, but like the dash for the A is wrong because she's blind, so you can't
It's
actually.
above the A.
It's just an 8 and then TH.
All right. So after you guys sign the contract, and hand it back to him, and he takes it and it kind of just takes like a mark and he marks across like a section above you guys, and you can see like as he like marks across and once he let go, like that whole line just kind of forms into a signature, and it just kind of rolls back up and hands it to one of the ladies. Go ahead and make them a copy of that if you don't mind. All right.
You
We'll
should
be
probably
leaving
read our
tomorrow
copy to make
morning.
sure it matches. I'll say to Elise.
We'll be
Tomorrow
leaving
morning?
tomorrow morning at the crack of dawn. I expect
Sure.
y'all to be at the front gates.
Of course.
Sure.
do that.
Fantastic. Can't wait for our journey together. And he goes to get back on his cart and he's just, I'll see you then. And the carts start going.
Right. Well,
I'd
should
like to
probably
go to a jeweler's.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
I'll probably go see Bolt while you guys do that then.
Who's this bold person you're talking about?
An
Didn't
old
you
friend.
No, you didn't.
No.
You want to meet him?
Can't you and I go to a jeweler and they can go meet Bolt?
Sure. I mean, I already have a diamond, so it's fine.
Yeah, I just would also like one.
Clarence, do you want me to tell Bolt what happened? Right. Also, I'm gonna do this as soon as he gets away. Presentation on all of us.
Yep.
You do
All
it
of us.
inside my throat.
I mean, technically, you can see everything, right, from the vibrations. So could you sense the vibrations in his throat and do it inside?
I mean,
Alright, that was just a
theoretically,
joke. We can move on.
I mean,
It's not.
if you want to hold his jaw open, I could, but I don't
Nope.
think it's very pleasant.
Nope. Nope.
Alright,
I
so
still have ballistic cannon out. I will blast you away.
Maybe I want to be blasted.
It cleans you up and gets
he's
the musk off us.
he's wanting that smoke. So anyways,
Oh.
so
I'll help the guards out too. I'll give it to them too. Be like, yeah, that was rough, guys.
so who's going to the drawers?
Me and Clarence, I think. Right?
I thought you and Leroy were going, and I was going with Cole.
I think Leroy wanted to meet Bolt because Elise
then I will-
technically hasn't.
Yeah, I'll go with you to Diamond Shop. Definitely.
Okay, so you guys just getting one diamond?
Yes.
I'd say easy enough. 500 gold.
Okay. I think it just has to be worth 300, right?
300, 500,
Or
whatever the amount is.
Let me read.
I believe you.
300, yeah.
Okay.
So I'll spend 300 of my gold for that.
Alrighty. And then for the other two, you guys head to that kind of like the closest clinic that was informed, and you can see kind of like outside is Bolt, the copper dragon born. Looks like he's checking on individuals that are coming by, kind of like right outside the shop for very simplistic needs. Nothing like too major. If they do seem to be major, you might usher them in. but he's just outside, like examining a couple of people.
Guess I'll walk up after he gets done with. If there's a line or nothing, something like that.
There's a line.
How long's the line?
Depends on how long you're willing to wait.
Well, I'm not really doing anything. Did you want to stay, or you don't have to stay if you don't want to.
Well, he's just looking at the people and see if she can figure out what's wrong with them.
You can make a
One of them's got a
medicine check. Go ahead and make 3 medicine checks.
19, 9, natural. It went progressively down.
Okay, so the
You look alright, bud.
you kind of like
Kind
you skip the one that obviously Bolt's looking at, and kind of like skip the 2 behind him, and you kind of look at the next 3, and one does seem to have like he's kind of like holding his arm, and it looks like signs of possible of a breakage.
Mhm.
Then you kind of try to look at the second one and third ones. It's just an unsure of what their reasons could be.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean, I can help cut this line down. I mean, if we're gonna leave tomorrow anyway, might as well help out, I guess.
I could probably help
Elise
with
just,
one of these.
I mean, Elise just goes like up to the one person that she, she just goes down the line to the first person out of the 3, and she goes like, "Well, I can see your arm looks a bit fucked up. Can I help?"
Yeah, that would be really great. I don't know what happened. It's like a bunch of rocks fell on it while I was sleeping, and like talk about an instant wake up.
Okay, that sounds really confusing.
I th-
Oh, never mind. I know why. Anyway, I can help you with that. And you see, how Elise will activate her story form again. Probably scares the bejeebies out of this guy, but you know, we're gonna go all in.
It will, and I'm gonna say you're a little bit too focused to notice, but like
Mhm.
the attention does get everybody. Like even Bolt kind of looks, but the fact of like kind of like seeing Aeth's kind of like standing there nonchalant, he kind of like feels as the tension is okay, and he kind of goes back doing what he's doing, and just kind of like tells her, it's okay, everybody. Let's just kind of try to keep this moving, all right? And he kind of goes to the next person. But you,
So
yeah, go ahead.
I put my like she puts like as the, like her form changes and shifts into her new form. She's sort of like, "May I?" As she reaches out a hand.
Is this gonna hurt?
The opposite.
He like kind of winces already, and he's like trying like kind of helping to hold his arm out.
Okay, I'll cast Cure Wounds on him, which will heal him for 18.
Ooh.
Jeez.
As you kind of hear it, and it's like a weird you're kind of used to this, but the fact like as you're healing him, you can hear the snap happen as they're snapping back in place.
Rice Krispies.
But he feels like, wow, even the cough I had kind of feels like it's gone away. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Am I having to pay or something?
No, I don't really care.
Oh,
It's fine.
Oh, thank you very much. And he like shakes your hand and kind of goes on. And the next 2 people are like, can we be next?
Yeah, sure. What is your problem? Looks at the first person.
They just like some basic illness that it seems it's been getting the best of them lately. And
I will look at them and be like, I mean, I can fix that too. And I will cast Lesser Restoration.
Ooh.
Yeah, this person definitely like pipes up and is like, they just kind of go in for a hug, and they just hug you.
Sure.
And
Sure.
it's just
And
like,
oh.
he's like, he goes off and he is like jumping like, yes, Like he's extremely happy, and then the next person just kind of comes up and it's just like, I just I don't feel well, and I just wanted to make sure I'm not like getting a disease or anything.
I mean, okay.
I would say with a nat 1 though, it's extremely tough to like figure out what it is exactly.
I will cast detect poison and disease.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I was prepared for a bunch of random shit, but you know.
This guy just has like just very bad allergies. It just seems like they're getting the best of him, but he thinks it's like the death.
I'm working.
But it's
So,
just allergies.
Elise looks at him. So there's this thing called being allergic to stuff. And it seems you're allergic to something. I don't know what it is. Have you been eating something unusual lately?
I mean, no, I've been eating some of the same things I typically eat. It's just it seems like I've been getting this for the past about like a month or so.
What is new in that last month? Like a tree nearby or something, or like new.
I mean, we did get some kind of like new cleaning equipment that just recently came in.
I mean, maybe you're allergic to some of that. Who knows? Maybe you should try staying away from it and see if it gets better.
Interesting. Yeah, sure. I'll try it out. If it helps, it helps.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best I can do. I mean, like nothing else seems to be wrong with you. Like there's no disease or anything.
All right. Yeah, sure. I'll go let my boss know. Thank you. And kind of goes on and
At least waves.
as
Oh,
so as
adventure and crack up for you. You have a career as a clinical doctor.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
so
Pretty boring though.
as the uh about like 30 minutes have gone by of you asking and like getting a little bit of feedback from these people, helping them, and there seems to be just a little bit people left, but Bolt kind of like, the rest of you can head inside. They'll be able to see you, and they kind of head inside. So you can kind of drop your form as there's nobody else around if you wanted to. And he goes up and he's like, I don't know if I met you, but the name is Bolt. I see that you're hanging around with Mr. Aeth over there. Are you you two friends?
She knows, yes.
All right. He kind of leans closer to you, at least, and he's like, "Are you special friends or just friends?"
She looks at him, like with a frown, like
Please lie.
friends.
Please lie.
He's like, "Okay, thank you." He's definitely not ready for any of that.
Oh, what?
I can
No.
hear you both.
Yes, and I understand
I'm blind,
that.
not deaf.
I will get to you in a second, sir. And he kind of looks back to you at least, and he's just, please make sure he doesn't. He can't. If he can't handle himself, if he can't handle a simple task, I tell him he ain't gonna be able to handle this.
Oh no, I don't think he has the time for it anyway.
You know, you're not wrong. But he just then kind of like looks past you a little bit, and he's like, "All right, what did you do now?"
Well, it's more or less. We're gonna be leaving tomorrow to do an escort for a very interesting fellow. I was gonna actually came by to tell you we were leaving and give you goodbye for now. And also, yesterday I did run into I mean, it wasn't like I ran into. Okay, I kind of did run into a creature that had really long claws and bit me and tore into me.
You know, why is it that I I had a feeling. I. What am I going to do with you, Aeth? You know, if your father was still alive, I'd be charging him by the hour of how much I'm having to deal with this. You know how
Well,
rich I would be right now?
you'd be fairly rich.
Yes, because of your stupidity. He walks over and just slaps like the back of your head, and he's just, damn child.
I mean,
I
it's technically not his fault though. It's the fault of the other one.
what other one?
And
But-
did you meet the little ones? Like the
Yeah.
one looks like a little the kobold one.
Oh yeah, Garbu was his name, right? Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, I met
He
him.
got. He was the one that was getting chased by that thing.
Technically, it was the fault of the dragon, but
He slaps you in the back of the head again, Abe, and he's like, "And you didn't protect him? Aren't you supposed to
did.
be like look, Abe, you're part of the Blades of Light. We are there supposed to protect those that cannot protect themselves. And I'm not saying he can't, but
I
like
did.
you are supposed to step up."
I mean, we
I
did.
did. That's why. I mean, I got hit, and I
I mean-
also got him away from the creature.
I mean, I was debate like
Ah.
you know the thing is as well is that like if I didn't heal him, he probably would have been dead by now.
You know how many
So-
times he probably would have been dead if somebody wasn't healing him?
I mean, personally twice.
3 times.
Oh, 3 times in fair. Like, see, I'm not even keeping track correctly. So there you go. I've already saved him from death 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it was. I was trying to get its attention away from Garbu to give him a chance to escape. In my defense.
I mean, yeah,
Hmm.
technically, I was doing what he's supposed to do. It's just that you know.
Wasn't expecting it to hurt that much.
I guess. I'll trust you this time. He says that all the time, by the way, to you, Aeth.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, so you're heading out. Where you going?
Krisport.
Well, just be careful. I haven't really heard
Oh,
too much happening late. Let me see. And I will say, I've been kind of keeping track of this outcast of Dragonborns, if you will. And some of you guys are kind of aware that there are in not necessarily certain areas, but there are tribes of outcast Dragonborns. These Dragonborns are ones that probably have, not probably, but are like they survived the Dragon versus Guild Wars, and these Dragonborns were more on the dragon side of things. They were allowed to still live, but at the same time, a lot of people didn't like them because they were pretty much against the ones who won. So
Mhm.
they've been outcasted. And occasionally you'll hear like Dragonborns being outcasted, either due to a punishment or kind of like within their own tribe they might have like dishonored them to a very huge degree where they are considered outcast. And when a Dragonborn is pretty much considered outcast, like it's you're better off accepting it than trying to fight it, because nobody wants to deal with you, nobody wants to hire you. It's just like you belong to the woodland. So I was trying to keep track of this outcast of Dragonborns that were, I think they were supposed to be migrating from the Grey Hills coming to the forest, and I was actually going to check up on them, make sure they're okay, trying to do a little bit of being nice, if you will. But they just disappeared. I have no idea where they went. So
Well,
just be aware of that.
if they decide to not be nice, well, then they will figure out what happened.
Well, I haven't heard of them being too aggressive with travelers. They tend to stick to their own, let's just say their side of the woods. But the fact that I haven't been able to, like, I've lost track of them. I don't know if something happened to them or if they've done something that caused them to not be tracked anymore. So just be cautious.
Alright. Yeah, we'll do that.
Alright. Well, let me know when you get to Krisport. Send me a letter. Keep me in
Of course.
touch.
I also needed. I got a favor to ask.
Yes. And by the way, you know you're not, disguised right now.
It's So that's the thing too. Minnie told me when I went to the House of Hope, um, due to a wave of death occurring, that her attention is being pulled and not being able to help me as much as she normally did. I got a new patron, in short. Um,
I don't know if I like the sound of that. Well, not the new patron part. I mean, I'm sure. Well, you know what? No, you'd probably make a deal with the devil because you were just blind as a bat.
no, funny. No, well, she.
He does look at you at least as Aeth continues talking. He's like, "I'm not kidding."
Yeah, at least doesn't like
No,
she just like she like shrugs. You know, she doesn't like. I mean, like, you're not wrong. Gestures like she doesn't
uh,
say a word. She just gestures it so he can't hear what she's doing.
He shakes
uh,
his head.
anyway, her name's Ocean. Um,
Interesting. Go on.
she decided to test and see if I was willing to be her patron by nearly drowning me, but
It seems like
yeah,
she failed.
I feel like she really did try.
And she failed. Just pointing that
Yes,
out.
yeah, she failed.
I'm very disappointed.
Oh, I bet you are. But yeah, the wave of death, and she did it in a vision where when I first showed up after what happened at Eastbourne 5 years ago. Because I remember being in your office, and I remember her being there talking to me and seeing your office and everything.
Okay. I mean,
It was very unusual to me.
well, don't screw it up like you have been.
I'll try
And
not to.
you need to try a little bit harder. But hopefully that this will be a little bit good for you.
Yeah. I Can you hang on to some things for me, Bolt?
I need to be charging you for storage too.
It's not mine specifically. It's more for them.
Are you asking him to hold on to your drugs for you?
No,
That's
it's
what I was gonna say.
actually
That's what it sounded like.
I mean, his whole name's just a weed term. Eighth.
yeah. No, actually, that's not where I got it from. No, it's the he'll take out the 2 silver long swords, and he'll take off his, or he'll also grab the statue of the cat that he has, and the conch, the little pin thing. It's
Do you explain like of each one to him, or
yeah.
at least both you and Bolt notice that those are basic long swords. They're not silver.
I guess Elise looks looks at Bolt and just makes like a sympathetic face when she looks at the swords.
He just questions, he's like, he kind of chuckles a little bit to himself.
Hmm.
So you just want me to hold on to these?
Yeah. It's hopefully the next time we come back here, they're with us. So
I guess.
gotta keep some optimism.
Yeah, I guess I'll take it. Still charging you for it.
That's fine. I'll take out. You know what? I'll take out 100 gold. You want to? I can give you this.
Yeah, I guess that would do. And as you kind of like go to pay him, he does grab your hand, Elise, and like ushers your hand to like take the payment. And so
Sure.
if you pay Bolt, and he's just, yeah, this looks like it'd be fine, and kind of just nods in your direction, Elise, and kind of pushes it back. But, alright. Well, miss, try to not waste too much energy. It's probably be a lot easier if he's already down to bring him back. And he kind of chuckles a little bit. Then he comes up and goes to hug you, Aeth, and as he's hugging you, kind of like whispers like, "Stay safe, son. All right."
I'll try.
Elise pretends not to hear it, but she definitely hears it.
It's just, your father would be proud, and kind of like lets go of you and just, "Hi, well, let me take all this wonderful stuff now I have to carry back to my new place."
Sorry. It's just I wanted to not feel like it's just there.
I got it. Y'all go on your adventure now. And as he's picking this stuff up and carrying it back, he's just be on the lookout and be safe.
I always am.
No, you're not.
Elise just stands there and looks at Bolt and just says to him like, "Feels like I've known you in another life. I don't know why."
He's just
Another life.
he
Strange.
like, do you say it out loud, or do you like in the like a message thing? Oh,
No, I just say it out loud.
I don't know. In another life, I feel like I could be like, I don't know, ruthless or something. I don't know, not this, but who knows? That's then and that.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, have fun with those swords.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have fun with them.
Elise sort of like just turns around and like walks away as well.
Gone. I'll just unequip it.
All right. So, everybody, everybody can regroup together. Anybody doing anything for the rest of the day?
I'm more debating if I should get another diamond, so I have two. Maybe I should. Nah, one should be fine.
Do you remember how much those potions were?
50 gold.
Are you like basic health potions?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just 50 gold.
Could I buy a couple more, like 2 more?
Yeah, you can easily do that. Let me check something quick. May or may not.
Wish there was a way to like be stronger.
Just
Um,
asking.
I heard there's a diet plan for that.
Wow, Ace, how did you appear behind us at the potion shop?
Let's
Oh.
see.
I thought you said at the tavern. That's why I was like, oh. Oh, you were.
Okay, so they're on a sale. So they were 45 each.
90.
Okay.
So 90.
okay.
After we buy them, I'm gonna be like, oh, these will probably be in high demand soon based on people getting injured yesterday. I wait till after we've bought it to say that.
I'm gonna put the actual potions in my bag, but I took the money out of the bag of holding. I don't know if that matters.
Okay. Anything else?
It was 90, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you already do the math to change it?
Yeah,
from what it
that's
was?
what I'm doing right now.
The
Just a
450
small
or 460.
Yeah, I did it
dun,
already.
Uh,
I'm at 460. He's at 350. We're at a total of 810 in the bag of holding.
that's pretty.
I made it so that we could have
Yeah,
it
that's way better.
individually more.
Crew is, yeah, that was smart.
We might even remove it from the total at the top, but
That's fine.
All right. So anything else? Nothing. Fantastic. So
I wish I could
Who
be as
doesn't have any
strong.
potions? Just so we're clear.
I don't.
I don't.
Get
But
you
I'm a
two,
he-
I gave you one.
I
Greg.
don't.
I don't.
gave
But I
me
have.
a
A,
potion.
I have a. I'm a healer, so it's fine.
I
I'm
don't.
gonna give one. To
Oh, I
Ace.
do have one potion of healing. Yes.
You do have
sorry.
one. I give you one.
Yes.
Ace, I'm gonna give you one.
You're
potion.
giving me one now.
No, you already
You
have
gave me
one.
one in the past. Yes.
Yes, I gave you one in the past. Eighth, I'm gonna give you one. Do you not want one, Leroy?
No, I can heal.
Okay.
So it's fine.
Eighth, you can have one potion of healing, and I will take it out of mine.
Wow, that's. I wonder how long this is gonna last.
well, as long as somebody's healing you, it'll last forever.
Aw, thanks.
So, you guys pretty much will go back to that same room that was given to you by the Blades of Light, pretty much, in the other tavern.
Do we get separate rooms or is it just one room? for all?
Because of pretty much the very quickness of high in demand of rooms, they were able to do two. Because they're just short supply.
Okay.
Because everybody like who was living at the guild hall is now also like out of rooms.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, you guys fall asleep and wake up on the 6th. You wake up bright and early, cart ready to go. I guess
To the
how
gate.
pro-
Gotta
how
get there
prof-
before dawn.
how professional you want it to be. You want to be there before they get there.
Before dawn.
Of course.
Yeah. I would say so.
DM, could I take one of my two things, which will push me back a day on my scheduled plan? Could I use one of them to repair my chainmail armor? which costs less than the 100 total.
You can do that in a day. Right?
That way I do have armor, and I'm not just...
You can do it in a day.
Well, because I would have gotten my feature for the day.
Yeah, no, I'm just that's
Yeah.
why I'm asking you like confirmation. You can, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yes.
all I need to
It
know.
would put me back to the 8th instead of the 7th,
That's fine.
and I would have one spell left, or not one spell, one use of it left on the 8th.
That's fine. I trust you guys. So, yeah, easy enough. You can repair it. It's definitely going to just look different because having to take off whatever pieces that were remaining, that probably like were ripped apart.
To be fair, now it's probably regular chainmail, whereas before it was just like random pieces of stuff that was meshed together.
That's easy
Because
enough.
now I'm using my divine feature to make it instead of my actual sniffing skills.
So it actually looks proper.
It's actual
Yes.
chainmail now.
Garber looks fairly different.
Now,
Garbu looks
Mm.
actually presentable.
Wow, you're not clattering as loudly as normal.
No, I'm still pretty.
he's
Flattery.
no more Garbu. He's now Clean Boo.
It goes less clang clang and more ching ching as I walk.
So, you guys get prepared, get ready, and leave early in the morning to the gates, and you rate. Let's just say about 30 minutes. You got your again probably rechecking equipment, making sure everything is good to go, and you can see probably hear first of the clacking of horses as they start kind of coming around one of the corners, and you can see one of the females is driving the first one as another female is driving the second one, as they both kind of pull right behind you guys. And this is the dark elf that gets off of the second cart from the back and comes up to you guys and just greetings. How would
Hello.
you all like to proceed?
So I think Elise and Garbu, you were each going to be on one of their carts each, and then me,
No, I
Clarence,
think
would be on the. Or did you want?
whichever one of us is in the back should be on our cart, and then whichever one of us is on the front should be on one of their two. Right?
I thought
Or do we
I thought you
want our
both.
cart in the front and...
I'm not
think we would-
terrible at perception. Like,
I mean, I can be in the back. It's fine.
specifically, I'm proficient in perception. I'm just not.
So
a
then
plus
should
to
our
mine.
cart be in the front since I normally drive our cart?
Up to you guys. I don't
Or
really
do
care.
you want
I
to
don't-
drive it instead?
I can
I'll be
drive.
on one of their. I'll be on one of their carts.
Each of
Oh,
us, one of us per cart or something?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And
At least.
the one in the back could have the two. We'll have a group of two.
I mean, I guess like if we look at the order of people we need to keep safe, we put him in the middle, put one of us in the middle. I'll be in the back with the other people.
So maybe like last cart being Elise with the women, in the back.
Well,
And
here's
then
how
him in the middle with 8th.
here's how their
And
carts are
then
going.
me and Clarence in the front.
Yeah, here's how their carts are going. So, he is in the middle, or he's in one cart, right? But he's in it. He's not driving it.
Yeah,
One of the females is.
Okay, and then we have two females in the other one, right? I assume.
Yes, and two females in the second one. One of them is driving it while the dark elf got out of the back and came up to you guys. And I will even say, she will identify herself as a Safaris, Safaris.
Safaris.
She
the
was
dark elf?
yes, she was the one right below him. on the contract of like order of priority.
Chain of command.
Yeah.
Ah,
So she explains how they are operating and would like to know where you want everybody to be.
okay. I'll be on the cart with the client then, I guess.
Hmm.
Um,
And then Garbu
Clarence.
and Clarence in front, I guess.
Yeah, they'll be front, and then you could
Good
be on
work.
one of the two ladies.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Easy enough. So, with Garbu and Clarence taking y'all's wagon, putting it up front, and starting to go with the client and his cart being assigned with Aeth as you're sitting next to one of the female drivers and Elise. Are you sitting up front with the other driver as well?
Is it like a covered card, I assume?
Yeah, all of them are covered.
Mm.
I don't. Yeah, y'all's are covered too, if I'm correct. So
I think
Yeah.
our new one is. Our old one wasn't.
yeah,
Our new one
'Cause
is,
we got
yeah.
a new cart with 2 horses, and the new one's covered.
it looks yeah. So yeah, all these carts are covered.
So I think the best thing if I'm gonna watch the back that I sit there and stare out, like sort of, so that I can see out the back in case someone tries to sneak up on from behind.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
You asked to get into the back, and she asked if this is what you think is best. I assume you agree, and she nods her head and pretty much is like, I'm willing to show you where you can sit for the while. And so, you guys start your journey.
So what are all of your names before we get going?
Ready for it.
Yeah, I know. The one that is with Aeth and the client, her name is Zell, Zal.
Is she the black-haired or the brown-haired woman?
We'll put her the black-haired. She is underneath the
The dark elf.
the dark elf. And then the second one is Lothra, Lothra. She is the one at the bottom of the order.
She's the one driving the one in the back.
She's driving the one in the back that contains Elise and
Saphris?
How do you say?
Sophris?
Sophris.
Sophris, okay, Sophris. Right.
How is Sopris spelled?
Safa.
Oh, that's the dark elf.
Yeah,
what was
that was-
the lady with the black hair? Sorry.
I believe it was Zal. Zell something.
Zal.
And then the brown haired one? Or does she not have a name?
She is Lothres. Lothris.
Lothris. Okay. Alright.
Okay. So, as you guys start to head out, is anybody doing anything special or in particular?
I guess chatting with the driver while trying to keep an ear out.
Okay. Why don't everybody, whoever's paying attention, go ahead and make perception checks for me. And what do you say, Aeth?
Guidance.
So, guidance.
Oh,
Is this something that you've been
29.
is this something you and your boss have done for a while, or is this more of a recent thing, like recent business excursion?
Master Bell is a very highly sought out merchant He has a very unique set of skills that one could say got him his wealth to begin with.
Hmm.
Unlike most others, he actually uses his wealth that pleases him and makes him happy.
Not a lot do that nowadays, or if ever. Okay. Yeah. So, as an assistant, is there anything that we need to know, or like situations that need to be known? Are any of you able to not that's not to say that you can't defend yourselves, but is there situations where we need to be concerned for your well-being if something were to happen? Like, can you at least defend yourself slightly, or no?
Well, our Master Bell doesn't really want us doing physical survival activities, if you will. But we have very small safety measures that can get us out of harm's way.
Okay. I hope that you don't mind me asking that. This wasn't meant to be intrusive in any way.
It is okay. We were told to cooperate on anything that deems necessary.
Yeah. I'll start listening around, I guess.
Okay.
Whatever.
With perception. Um, so far it seems as a pretty. Let me go ahead and. I believe. Oops.
It's pretty good perception across the board.
That seems about.
So obscene.
That would be kind of 4. So okay. Um. Yeah, I'll put you there. It's a wooded area. It seems actually nice and pleasant on the ride. It's pretty much fairly quiet amongst the carts, unless for Clarence and Garber, unless you guys are talking back and forth.
We
For
would be doing some talking.
But if you're not really getting a lot of conversating from Zell. She's seems like she is doing what she is, you know,
Told to do.
you could say that. So she's there. She's driving the cart. If you ask a question or two, she'll answer. But if it's like, hey, just to pass the time, what do you think of this? Or like, hey, that tree looks nice. She just says like, yeah, like
Yeah.
very very short coming answers.
Like nothing to like continue that subject, basically. It's like, yeah.
Yep. Just like
Okay.
that. At least I assume you're probably just heavily focused more on watching out than probably trying to do conversating.
I think she would just like this first day. She would just sit there and look at the what's her name, Sapphiros again.
Yeah.
That's her name. I think she just sort of looks at what she does during as well what she is doing during the trip essentially.
It looks like she has like there is when you first have gone back there. You see luggage. You don't know what's in it. You can probably assume clothing or other basic like materials. But you see where at this moment it looks like she is writing some stuff down in a book. And it's just like she writes a little bit and then she'll kind of pull up another book and like open it, look at it, and then kind of close it, put that one down, and then write some more stuff, and then like go and pick up a different book and kind of open it, look at it. puts that down and writes some other stuff. So it seems
Can I
like
sort of see what she's writing?
uh, you can, but I will
More like
probably
not as in like in detail, but more like sort of like what is like is there a bunch of numbers? Is it like what am I looking at? Is it text?
I'll say disadvantage only the fact of her area wasn't like allowing you to sit right next to her or anything like that.
No, of course, but it's more like sort of as like she sort of glances, Elise glances over, and she's not like actively staring, trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
So, I mean, 25 disadvantage. Like what to say, right?
What are you gonna
No.
argue with? You know, as time kind of goes on, and you're just casually looking and pretty much observing,
But
right?
you sort of you sort of look at someone else's phone as they're busy looking at stuff, and you sort of like look at it like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like you're just doing your basic observing and just looking at her. Does she seem tense or whatever? Trying to just get a gauge of what she's going through, and it just seems like reports. That's all it looks like. So it looks like she's getting information from one book and putting it in the one that she's currently holding, and vice versa with others. But it's all going into one book.
She's balancing out the fake book.
But it just information, like it's not like I'm trying to say it as a bland or basic, but it's just as basic. Like it just, you know, there's a couple of numbers, couple of like a sentence or two. It seems like she's just trying to keep a record or something.
Yeah, I mean, she's at least just sort of, you know, I'm not actually trying to figure out what you're doing, but I'm sort of like, what are you doing? You know.
I will say, I'll go ahead and say this as well. You do notice a very interesting blinded. Okay. Kind of like a ring that's on her finger. Looks like it has like a couple of like red, probably like red gems on it. As she's like holding her book, and every now and then, like when she kind of like puts the book against her chest, not like to like, oh, you're looking, like more of like doing that so she can like reach over to like try to pick something up, and you can see the ring that's on her hand. But
Which finger?
Do what?
Which finger is it on?
It's on her right hand.
Ring finger.
It seems to be that way.
All right.
So, but other than that, it seems as you guys have made decent progress. You know, you've passed by a couple of people. Elise, actually, as on part of the journey as you guys are going, you do see a couple of looks like maybe about 3 to 4. One could probably like maybe knights, just riding by you guys. So they're going in the opposite direction. I'll say, Garber, you noticed this as well because of where you're from. I want to get the name correct on it. But they do appear to be, and again, I'm just trying to make sure I get the name correctly on it. I don't want to mess it up like I already have. A judge bringer. You guys know that judge bringers are martial laws, if you will. They are like bounty hunters, but They bring people in who are, you know, wanted by cities, but not for, you know, a price, not for like, hey, we get payment on this. They do it to bring like these people type to justice. Aeth the less, not Aeth, sorry, at least that should be you also just pick it up as well. You've been used to like seeing those type of people, but also because that's what one of your friend is in.
Can Aeth even see them within his 30 feet?
Yeah.
Oh. They pass that close?
I mean, it's not like a highway
Or an interstate.
As I can hear them going past, can I look at their faces and see if I recognize one of them?
They all three seem to be having. Oh, I'm gonna say 4 now. They all have like their helmets on, so it's unable to identify their.
So they have full faced helmets. Okay. God damn it! I need to roll.
Does
See how much he cares.
does the driver in the one that I'm in get a little bit nervous? Like, you know how like how people get when they see a cop when they're driving by? It's like, oh, here, gotta slow down. Like that, or is it more like
You can
might-
make a survival check. Or an insight as well. I mean, it's more of you're just trying to pick it up.
that would have been a 23. You want me to re-roll that?
No. If you said 23.
Yeah.
No. She doesn't even like move at all. Like she moves a little bit with the cart, but unless the cart is really shifting her, like she's mostly standing still. Like she doesn't seem phased by it.
Okay. She's definitely hiding something, guys. She's not even getting a little bit remotely worried about. No.
I think as they're going by, because that's what I rolled for, I'd like to see how much at least cares. I think she will target the lead one. God fucking damn it! What was the name again? Now Leroy goes into his. No, Leroy goes into his notes. Where the fuck did I save it? Not there.
Sepharis? Is that what you're trying to
No.
target?
I can help out with that.
But like, see, this. Oh, now I remember because this is like before. This is written so long ago that I was like, I'm quite sure the name is the name of my son, but that was like not intended at the time. And I was like, yeah, there we go. I think she'll target the lead first. Yeah, like it's just so stupid. It's like it's so unintentional, but it ended up being like that. She will target the lead one, and she will say, "Hey, sorry, this is someone on the cart you're passing. Have you heard anything about Dante? Who should be should be in your ranks? He's a friend."
I'll say like as they're kind of like riding by the one that you target, he does kind of like look back to kind of see the carts, and then looks like he kind of goes on. He's just okay, yeah. You need to go ahead and check Baymont. The last time I heard, he was there.
Oh. He's quickly before they got of range. Oh, thank you very much. And then, then they go off.
Yep.
Spicy.
So, anybody doing anything? Anything else?
Hey, Garbu, what you think about there?
I wish I was stronger.
I mean,
Like if
aren't you like really strong?
I mean I'm strong, but like I couldn't lift that guy.
Yeah, but he's really fat. Like, look, I'm pretty good at guessing weights and sizes. That guy's at least 600 pounds a man.
He's 2 tons at least.
That's not a that okay. I mean, he wouldn't be able to stand up if he was 2 tons. I don't
How do
think.
you know? Have you ever met someone who was 2 tons? I think
Don't think
dragons
there's.
probably weigh 2 tons, and
That's not the
they're able to.
same. Those are nope. That's not the same.
You just said that if he was 2 tons, he couldn't stand up, but a
Yes,
dragon
but
could stand.
anatomically, certain frames carry and sustain more weight than
How
other
do you know
frames
he
at
doesn't
different.
have a frame that can sustain more weight?
Because he's a freaking human. He was a human, right? I'm not drunk.
It
He was
could
just
be
a.
an illusion. We've
I
met
No, but
mean,
people
like
with
he
he.
looked like a human that was fat. Correct.
I mean, he looks like one, yeah.
Um,
But you looked like a
it's
kobold the other
really
day,
hard to tell. You just
and you looked like a dwarf.
your
You
mind kind of
fainted.
your mind did kind of like go blank.
I do look like a dwarf.
Oh, right now you do.
I'm under constant
cast the
disguise.
disguise, okay.
Someone wants to kill me.
Good point. Good point.
But yeah. I mean, I can make some basic magical items like power gloves or something like that. Or we could wait longer and I could hit you up with some gauntlets of the ogre strength, but that's a few months away. I don't know time frames.
I did level 10.
Well, yeah, but I can't
Okay.
say, oh, when I hit level 10.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to be able to be a little stronger if possible.
Yeah, I mean, I could do a basic magic enchant for power gloves on a set of gauntlets, I believe. It's up to the DM, but
So
Speaking.
just looking, making sure, as long as it's in your infusions that you can make.
we don't want to make an infusion. We want to do a permanent enchantment.
Yeah.
So
Would it be possible to do that based on like the Xanathar rules, or
That's why we're asking.
yes?
No.
He has an infusion for it, but it's not till level 10.
I don't
But
want ogre
alternatively,
gauntlets.
yeah,
We have a less powerful one called power gloves,
which is a common magic item.
which is why we were suggesting it.
I'll say this. While you are learning to try to create magic into items, you will have to, and until I look at this a little bit further, I'm going to go and stick with my enchanting rules. And what type of magic is it?
It would be enchantment magic.
I mean, like, what level of rarity?
Oh, it's a common.
Common. It would either be common or uncommon, depending on how strong we're looking at. But common is fine.
Yeah.
Okay. If you, for now, while I think about this, you would have to put a considerable amount of time into it, right? And let's say if you put the basic of an 8-hour workday into it, it would take you 4 days.
Okay.
But you would also need 100 gold pieces of materials. Because you're not, with your infusions, you are pretty much magically creating an item.
Right.
Here you are, while yes, you're creating a magic item, you're not like magically creating it, you're actually trying to forge it and build it and then enchant it.
So it's just the enchantment. He can make it right away. That's why we were asking. It's the enchantment portion.
The enchantment will still take the 4 days for a common item.
You still want to do it, Garbu?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that something that I could work on while we were on the road? Or would you rather I was at an anvil? I mean, it's enchanted, it's not...
I'll have you roll for it.
I do have scrap metal and scrap leather in the bag, but
That was
then
why,
we would
yeah.
need the 100.
So it's the way it would go is the item would need to be crafted first. So you'll need to take care of that first, and then I'll have you start rolling to see how well the enchantment process while traveling.
Yep.
I only expended one of use of my feature to repair my armor for today, so I still have that use, so I could do it before we settle for a rest. But yeah.
Does that count as my infusion? Or is that something completely separate? Is the other
it's a
question I was going to
separate
ask.
enchantment.
It's completely set. Your infusions, think of infusions like you're magically creating an item. Enchanting like you're not magically creating it, you're enchanting an item to have this ability.
I wanted to double check before I did it that way.
I've been trying to go back and do a multiple things, trying to read a little bit too. So we'll stick with that for the moment, and we can talk a little bit after.
Sure. So how about this, Garbu? How about tonight when we stop, I'll make my infused item if time allows, and you'll make the actual gauntlet portion or glove portion. I don't know how you want to fancy it or how you want to make it. And then from there, over the next few days, weeks, whatever, I'll try to get as much time into crafting the enchantment that I can. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So, you guys reach a certain point to where you'll start to bank off a little bit and start making pretty much camp. Anybody doing anything specific while making said camp?
We should probably have a watch going throughout the night, I would say.
I can take first watch. I'll be up working on this anyways.
Okay.
Same.
You can take first. I'll take second watch. At least you want to take third?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's make sure we. Well, I guess with you two, one of you could stay in one place while the other one moves around, checking and making sure the carts are all safe and secure.
Okay.
Right.
Do I want the Cloak of Elvenkind or the Ring of Teleportation?
Man, it's just like a
Question.
kid at a candy store.
This is rough, man.
Alright, so you want to go ahead and first start off making sure the carts seem fine and horses,
It's
I guess properly put away, if you will.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where you're just checking to make sure nobody sneaks onto the carts, basically. Kind of like
Okay.
typical, like walking around, like video game, like.
I've seen the 3 girls and dude, right?
I mean, the guy has been in his cart the entire
But I
time.
saw him. I touched his foot. I'm familiar with him.
Yes.
I'll join
You have a
walking around the
connection.
carts, and I'll even cast spiritual guardians, targeting anything that isn't in a group that I'm aware of as we walk around the cart.
Alright.
Okay.
This is what you'll do. This is what I usually do, or what we usually did when we had any sort of like jobs where we had to escort people.
Go ahead and
And there's
make
a dim glow in a 30-foot radius or something around me. 20 foot?
both of you can also make a
15.
perception check. Aeth, you can just do survival.
Oh. Alright.
21.
I thought Clarence was with you.
Oh,
No,
whoever.
I was just
whoever
I
was
was just
with.
checking this.
I was just showing him what
Oh, okay,
to do.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, with enough perception, you don't check the middle cart, like you don't open the curtain to see if he's in there, but as your spiritual guardians like kind of go through, nothing seems to be getting attacked or destroyed as you go through the carts and kind of make even like a little circle around like the camp that's being kind of set up. Nothing seems to be being destroyed or targeted.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and start making some nice gloves.
Okay.
Or gauntlets.
Anybody else?
I am going
Oh.
to make my. That's why is this so hard? Can I tell you what I did in the morning?
Like the next day?
Yeah.
You sure?
I need more time to think. All right. Thank you.
Yep.
The teleportation sounds pretty cool.
It does, but like also
That's basically free Misty stuff with very limited range, but
the cloak of Elvenkind may help ever so slightly in the murderers trying to kill me.
Elise, what are you doing?
Nothing, just keeping watch.
Okay. Go ahead and make
I mean,
this.
I don't have to sleep 8 hours, I only have to sleep 4.
Okay. Yeah, just go ahead and throw another perception check out there.
Only a 16.
Okay.
I'll throw my.
Okay. As you both, probably from opposite ends as well, just kind of checking, keeping an eye on everything as Garbu kind of goes into, kind of like next to your guys' cart and kind of starts like forging away, trying to create these gauntlets. And Clarence is like just reading through books at this point.
I know what I'm making.
The the girls kind of like create a little bit of a tent-like area for themselves, kind of close to the second end cart, and so yeah. Who is taking first watch?
Clarence and Garbu were taking first watch.
oh. But yeah. Me and Clarence are on first watch.
Okay. Go ahead and make perception checks for me, please.
Separately?
Oof.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
got your back, buddy.
Clarence is actually doing the. I'm too busy making the gloves. You know.
With enough noise to kind of go throughout just the first part, because of a natural one, it's going to take you another day to do those.
The gloves. Okay. First thing in the morning, I'll finish it. Must be some really valuable gloves, because you know,
It's
one use of this is up to 100 gold pieces, so these must be worth 200.
This is more about you were starting to go like kind of go into it, and then one of the Zell kind of comes out of her tent and comes over and just apologizes, but if you can try to keep the noise down as Master Bell is sleeping. And
Okay.
so you kind of do a little bit what you can without creating a lot of noise, but like you need to, you're a smith, you you need a pound, and you're unable
Gotta
to.
go to Pound Town.
Yeah, so you know that you probably do it in the morning before you guys head out. But you guys, Clarence mostly kind of just keep an eye out, looking around. besides the basic tree Brussels blowing, it doesn't appear to need any immediate attention. So, who is taking second watch?
I am.
Go ahead and make a survival check for me, please.
$16.
16. As your night's kind of going on, and you can kind of hear like what sounds like another cart coming by, and you kind of post yourself up and watch, see what's happening, and you can just a little bit, kind of like a little bit on the curve, you can see what looks like kind of like a torchlight that's probably hanging on the cart. Looks like it made a turn a little bit down the way, and it looks like they're going for a decent bit until you kind of can't hear it or the sound of the cart anymore. You kind of continue watching a little bit more, and you can hear like the sound of the tent that the girls are in kind of like quietly unzip, and you can see Sapphiris as she kind of steps out and quietly puts it back, and are you in pure view? Are you like
Yeah.
trying to hide at all?
No. I think
Okay.
he's in.
She kind of walks up to your direction. She says, I am going to be taking my midnight bath, but I will be close by. Just letting you aware.
Alright. Do be careful.
Of course. And she kind of just does a slight bow, and she goes like pretty much across the opposite path, on the opposite side of the travel path, and just kind of goes, a decent bit. You can't hear her anymore. But that is the end of your watch, with Elise being the last.
I'll tell Elise, one of the girls to go over there for the bath. Say, keep an eye out for that.
Mm.
Very, I don't want to say it's unusual, but
Mm-hmm.
just seems
All right.
something noteworthy. Right, I'm gonna go get some sleep.
Alright. Elise, if you'll make a perception check.
Guidance.
Got it.
Six-
Ooh.
Only
We all
16.
did pretty bad.
16.
I love it how bit a 4 still.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
I did pretty great.
Yeah.
I mean, Clarence also did.
You kind of what are you doing during your watch? Just keeping an eye out, or are you doing anything specific?
I think for the first night, she's just keeping an eye out, and I guess keeping extra eye on like sort of the direction that the elf went. See what she's up to.
Okay. It gets it starts to kind of get like a little bit in the morning as the sun is slowly starting to kind of come up. A little bit. You still probably have like another like an hour or two before like everybody else wakes up. But you start to see and hear like the sounds of bushes and bushes shuffling and stuff, as you can see Sapphiris as she has came back and just looks at you and just does a slight kind of nod and then goes back into the tent.
Right.
But time everybody wakes up. Garbu, you can quickly have finished the remaining parts of it. So it sounds like a very busy early morning.
Right. I'll pull Clarence and Garbu to the side. Right. So, in case you guys take a later watch, just to be aware, one of the one of the girls went off to have a midnight bath. It's a little unusual. Thought let you both know, just in case you guys are taking a later watch, so
Okay.
you're aware of that.
Hey, don't do that arm motion on cam because it did not look like
That
what you
was
thought it looked like. Nope,
small.
yep, nope, that's not what you were
Oh.
doing.
Doesn't look like a hammer.
Nope, it would
Well,
look
I
like.
was more going
Well,
like
you.
this.
Oh yeah, I know what you're doing. Anyway,
It's supposed to be like a hammer, but
shouldn't
I
we
was
be using the buddy system? Like, wake up another friend, they go with you. We have
there's
a girl
only
in our party.
there's 4 of
Oh.
us and 3 shifts.
Yes,
I don't think that math works out.
I know. But
Four.
that's what I'm saying. Could we wake up
You'd need
Elise?
2 more.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
I mean, I
So
don't need to
we
sleep as much as you also. I could do it, but it's up to her if she wants. Is okay with that.
you could probably ask her since you're riding with her in
Sure.
the car. Just in case, just for an added security detail, I guess.
Can do that.
I've seen way too many plays where it just ends horribly before I went blind. So yeah, okay. Same line of order, I think. There in the front, middle, back.
Very well. As you guys continue to travel, you guys will have stopped at the town of. I just had it a second ago. Bridgewood.
We can eat brunch there and then continue on with our day, maybe.
Or did they want to stop there for the day?
Ask him.
They Sapphiris does say that the more that we can continue, the happier Master Bell can be.
Maybe we just eat brunch and go.
We could do that. If
Do you
you
need
want.
any supplies for crafting the gauntlets? Oh, here they are, by the way. Is there anything here we could use for that, do you think? Or maybe could we use the dragon scales or something? I don't know what you need for crafting.
I don't
You
know.
don't know what you need.
I don't know. I know it says a quantity and a number of materials, but it doesn't specify the materials, if that makes sense. So I would assume if they have any sort of scrap metal, anything like that, like we would be fine.
I mean,
but
I
don't
have
know.
the gauntlets. but-
So
you have the
he's
gauntlets?
so pretty much the materials is the fact of making the item. So the item's already been made.
Yeah.
So
know
now
it
Oh, so
needed,
everything
like,
else is
a-
just like my magical essence.
it's now going into pretty much your knowledge of this is new for you to try to actually enchant an item.
Yeah.
And while you kind of understand the process, you're not it's doing it in a different way because you're not
Right.
using your infusions. So it's going to take a little bit more of like your knowledge and how careful can you apply this to this.
Well, I guess we could just try it, see how it goes. You know, I just made something last night. Can't be that hard, right? Famous last
Yeah.
words.
If we hear a sudden loud explosion in the front of the car, then we know it didn't go well.
To be fair, it is
What?
the cart in the front, so if it explodes, you're gonna know.
That is true. What the
Uh,
hell are they doing?
So I get double proficiency on whatever I roll, but I don't know how to apply that at all.
Pretty
Like,
much.
as long as I'm, yeah.
The idea is, let me pull you up. So right now your proficiency bonus is 3.
Yeah.
So whatever you roll, just add another 3 to it, because
Okay.
that would be doubling your proficiency.
Okay. Am I tinkering?
So while you guys are in town, you're going to go ahead and try to.
Yeah, I'll start working on them while we're in town.
Okay.
Quick meal. We're quick grab and go.
French.
Go ahead and make a very general intelligence check to see if you have the knowledge and understanding of getting the process started.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Garbu, you know that fancy spell that gives me extra...
Guidance.
Alright, yeah, thanks. Woo!
1d4.
18.
Okay.
The
Thought
DC
you were
was 19.
expertised in any checks.
Oh, crap, yeah. Well, I mean, that's 6 right there.
Oh.
Right? Or am I mathing that wrong?
That is 6. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's exactly what it would actually be.
Well, right now it's just you not using
Oh,
your
so it was-
tools. You're
Yeah, no. Okay.
you're trying to like get in your mind and kind of like have it like written down, like how you're going to try to do this and if you have the steps correct.
He's writing the alchemical formula,
So
Full Metal Alchemist style.
Equivalent exchange.
Put in your inventory like gauntlets and put 1 out of 4. This way we'll keep track of that.
I don't-
How did you spell the town name, by the way, just to be sure I have it correct?
Not a problem. It is Bridgewood. Bridge Wood.
I didn't know if this was like... what's the one that was last campaign that was like 2 words, but like it was spelled different than the actual words?
Hell if I
And I
know.
kept misspelling it. I don't remember.
Is it Whitspine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's spelled white spine. It's pronounced wit spine. That's what it was. Yeah.
So you
So I
guys.
kept misspelling it.
I don't think we were. I think we were just grabbing quick something or brunch.
Brunch at the inn or something. And
Yeah. First off, forgot. So go ahead and do this. 1 ration taken off. That was for last night.
you grabbing the ration or me, Bryce?
I can do it. I'm already in the bag of holding now, so.
For the meal that you guys had, just do. Why not? Just do about like 6 copper pieces each. Whoever partaked.
Garbo, I'll pay for yours. Because I'm a nice
Thank
guy.
you.
You're welcome. Plus, I have like 75 copper in it now.
Yeah, I've
Definitely.
been using it up.
I was gonna say, I don't know how.
I've been finding ways to use it.
Cole's just like dumping copper behind the cart as we're riding.
You're probably picking it up then.
All
Oh
right.
wait, we're in the front.
Yeah.
You guys grab a quick.
I'll leave it to
Okay.
like 2 gold, just so I'm at just so I rounded to 185 and not 187. I'm sorry, but I hate when it's like, oh, I got this many. No, 5 or 0.
Easy enough. Very appreciative, and guys can easily have leftovers. I think with that as well, the 2 gold tip, I'll say that this will prevent you guys having to do a rations today.
Okay.
I'll say that would have given you pretty much enough food as well to to have that to snack on throughout the night. So, good job, Aeth.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Yes.
you guys continue. You guys saddle back up and continue going for 2 more. And for this whole trip, if whoever's watching out, Aeth, you can do survival. Everybody else, perception.
Guidance.
I can't do it, right? Because I'm crafting it currently, technically.
Yes, probably.
I figured that makes sense.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna
Ooh.
Hey,
32.
26,
take some
26,
time into it.
32, and a natural 20.
So, because it's not like a very easy step. Again, this ain't your typical infusion where you can just magically create the item with the enchanted already. This is you trying to chant something you've never done.
Mm-hmm.
High perceptions. My God, I would like something lower, please.
No.
We have a 32, a 26, and a natural 20 for 21. I feel sad for because he rolled the highest, but
Rolled the
not the
lowest.
lowest.
I gotta accept it.
So, Garbu, easy enough as you're traveling through. What kind of catches your eye as you're the lead cart is kind of like a little bit as you guys are traveling and starting to get a little bit like into the wooded like area. Kind of like a little bit of we'll say 20 like ish feet to the right.
Bio.
Looks like a bunch of like broken branches. Looks like definitely like a scuffle had happened.
How far ahead of where we are?
It's not like, it's more like as you're kind of traveling and it's pretty pleasant, so you're kind of gandering and looking around, and as you're like looking and just again being relaxed, it looks like about 20 feet almost exactly like you're starting to kind of pass it now, but like about 20 like feet off of the trail appears to be like a bunch of what appears to be like broken like branches.
I will cast my spiritual weapon on that side of us in the shape of an arrow pointing that way, just to try and make sure that everybody else's attention goes that way as we're passing it.
Okay.
Is it an arrow made of garbage?
Great. The
It's like
one
a
thing I
fork
can't
and then
see.
a bent ladle or something.
I like the flavor.
Yes, and
Technically, everything I cast is compiled out of garbage. Yes.
I can't see it.
I'll
so
say, if you can feel the magical presence of, it looks like, a directional sign, and while it is,
Kind of hums. So
yeah, while
it's
in a sense, the area that is being described would technically be in your, line. It's just not, nothing's happening, so you just know to be on guard, at least on the right hand side of the cart.
I'll have this chain changed into a sword, so I'm ready for in case something like
Okay.
hostile attacks.
And Elise, as pretty much you are starting, as the last card is you're starting to go by, you can see the arrow signature of Garber's spiritual weapon pointing in that direction. And with your massive perception, and you kind of look out and look, you can see the area that looks like it's being described as.
Is there anything there?
I mean, you don't see. You don't like see anything besides woodland. it just does look like in a good little bit of that area, again has like a scuffle happened in the wooded area because a bunch of broken branches, bushes, like a little bit split in places, but you're not seeing anything else. In fact, I'd give you this with a really high
Bullshit roll.
Um, it looks, it's hard to tell, but it almost looks like you might be able to make out some sort of not water on the ground.
Strange.
So
Talking about water, I just look over at Saffras and I just go, well. So we noticed, of course, you went out for your midnight bath. It's like, do you want me to keep watch over you? They sort of asked if I wanted to ask that.
I appreciate the offer, but no, I will be fine. It's a little bit unorthodox, but is kind of my time to clean up a little bit after having to deal with a lot of other things.
Okay.
But thank you again for the offer. So, as you guys continue going past it for a little bit, you guys kind of stopping on, it's not like a a cutout has actually been is here, but you guys kind of go a little bit through what seems to be a little bit of an open like trees to park carts and get ready for another night. And there you can tell that there does appear to be like another trail just relatively close by to you guys, going off in a different direction. So
How far are we from the scuffle spot? Are we at least
Maybe we should make
distance
camp
away?
on the left side if we can.
this is like, I'll say it's like almost a few miles, but not
Oh.
not incredibly far. Like probably within 5-ish miles, if that. Probably
Okay.
closer.
That's goodish. Right. So should we try to have the first two watches have at least 2 people up for that then?
I mean, we could just stick to the same schedule as last night.
Oh yeah,
In that
I meant
case.
for it. I meant for like at least to get up a bit earlier,
Oh,
so
Mm-hmm.
then she would be by herself for about the rest of the half of the second watch and then the full third watch. If you're all right with that.
Mm-hmm. You never need to sleep 4 hours anyway, so it's fine.
All right.
Alright. So, you guys doing anything before the night watch starts? Okay. If I can get my first two to make perception checks, please.
Could you help me instead, Clarence?
I can definitely help you with whatever you need.
Okay, then I will guide myself.
What is the check for?
Perception.
29?
Okay.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, we got close.
Because of kind of knowing it, it feels like maybe not in the best of areas, but at the same time you're a little bit far away. You're still going to be extra vigilant. You're not going to worry about trying to actually craft anything tonight. So you're all focused on this. Termigarber, what goes through your mind thinking and pondering as you're constantly watching out of the events that happen in Zetham, both at the House of Hope and the aftermath of that happened.
I should have been more patient instead of trying to use my tooth. That's the big thing I'm thinking about, I guess. And specifically for the House of Hope, thinking, how do I get in contact with these other dragons?
Wait, weren't you supposed? Never mind.
Weren't I supposed to what? We're up for watch together.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but you didn't say that. Actually,
No.
I'll do it the right way. Can I do an inside check on Garbu to see if he's
I'm
like
just
in his head?
staring out into the
Yeah.
woods.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm not good at this one. Y'all remember the
Yeah.
Nat 1 curse?
Oh,
That's the opposite. Okay.
darn it! I was hoping for that.
I would say yeah, sure. Like you can just see while he does seem extra focused, which is a little bit Garbu-ish. Maybe he's overthinking things.
Hey.
What?
Hey.
What?
Oh,
Sorry.
what's up, buddy? You zoned out there for a minute. What's up?
It's just there was a branch
No,
over
no,
there
no,
that
no.
I
There,
thought kind of
no,
looked
no,
like an arm.
no. What's up?
Stars.
No. What are you thinking about? How about that? Let's go with that one.
The dragons and the tooth and everything to do with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of scary. Weren't you supposed to go to Krisport for something with the dragons, or the island
I'm
near
supposed
Krisport?
to meet each of the dragons. I think Eighth needs to go to. I want to say Bolt said that the prosthetic was from Zalicia,
Yeah, I
and
thought.
that's why he needed to go to Krisport.
Yeah, but you
But-
also had to see somebody at Cilicia, I thought.
I mean, there's a dragon in Zalicia that I would need to meet eventually. But
Well, so the tooth stuck in there, right?
yeah, you want to try and pull it out?
I feel like of all the yeah, why not? You know what? Why not? Let's do it. I'm getting some pliers. What is this check, Mr. DM?
I
It's
want
not
you
like-
to roll me a D100.
Oh God, we're gonna explode again.
Again.
Down.
I
I'm
do
ready for
this
this.
stay directly beside the client's
90.
way.
90.
Oh my. Oh my god.
That's a high number. High's good sometimes. That's a B plus.
Garbu.
Or an A minus.
As he is trying to pull this tooth out, and it's starting to hurt very badly.
I'm doing good.
I would like for you to make a disadvantaged, because of how high that is, intelligence check. Actually, a disadvantage intelligence saving throw.
It doesn't change anything. 6.
Why? Why?
The tooth does not come out.
Dang it.
The tooth ability is cast.
Am I dead?
So Garbu,
No.
what?
Do I have a choice here since it's an unintentional casting? Or does it just spawn
What do-
one?
I'm actually going to say it just as okay.
He dies.
You feel, you don't know if it's just pain, but it's just like it just feels uncomfortable, but the tooth doesn't come out.
Ow. Stop.
It's
It's not
okay.
coming. It's not coming out.
Do you want me to heal you?
It's fine. I think
That's not an
God, it
answer.
hurts.
I can
Or
here.
God's
Hold on.
it
No,
hurts.
just wait.
There's
No,
more
you
than
you
one.
believe in one God, right? So it would be
Well,
your
no,
god.
I mean I believe in the whole pantheon. I just specifically follow one.
Right, but like
It would
one's your
be it would
homie,
be
right?
kind of counterintuitive to say that I only believed in Bahamut because like that's ignoring the fact that other ones exist. This is a world where multiple gods exist
But in your
and can
mind
be
is
proven to exist.
Bahamut, whatever the dragon guy's name is. Is he like you're like he's the super god?
That's the one I follow.
Yeah, but he like the best god.
I don't know specifically how the D&D pantheon is laid out. I know
I
in
don't either.
Critical Role,
Well,
the
this ain't
Dawn Father is like the highest,
this
but like
ain't
who's the
Critical Role.
highest in your
This is like a
setting?
dragon.
I'm asking who's the highest in your setting. Is it Bahamut since this is dragon themed?
You don't know who the highest is.
Okay.
Ooh.
I mean, Bahamut is the one that I follow and who I was raised following. But
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Well, okay. We just
there,
won't
there
try to
are
pull it
other
out.
deities.
We'll just leave it in there.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, we'll talk to some dragons. Do you like
Am I
dragons?
aware the spell went off? That the effect went off? No? Okay.
Am I aware?
Nope. You wouldn't even know.
Do I see anything around us?
Nope.
Still
Do
no.
Oh
I?
God.
Nope.
Oh God.
What were we doing?
I mean, my tooth kind of hurts, but we need to finish watch and then wake up. I think A takes the next.
Yeah, but I'm you know what? I'm just gonna heal you.
Okay.
I'm gonna touch him on the elbow, and then I'm just gonna go boop. Ah, that sucked.
That is the saddest roll ever.
It
know
does.
what?
It does relieve the pain.
Yeah.
I
okay.
have never hit that button and it not been red. Just so we're clear. I've done it 3 times and it's all been the lowest roll possible.
It's true.
Well, it's a nat 1 in it, so.
Yep.
All right.
The curse lives on.
Aeth, you have awoken.
Ah, right.
Check.
I guess I'll start. Check. All right.
Check.
Check. Okay, here we go.
Checkmate.
19.
Hey.
Okay. You're being extra vigilant, just being aware of the area that you guys recently passed.
Sword out.
And probably taking a little bit of walk and then just standing and listening. Take a little bit of walk in another direction, standing, listening. Basic NPC guard. Somebody shot an arrow
Did
at
somebody
you
steal your
in
speed
the
roll?
head. You don't even feel it. You don't even know where it came from. You forget about
Must
it.
be the wind.
Is that the wind? Yeah, it must be the wind.
No, but as it gets relatively close to about like half the time of your watch, once again, Sophris comes out and makes greetings to you and says she will be back as she's going to once again go off and take her midnight bath.
Right around that time, I will wake up Elise.
Okay.
If she's still in her trance thing or whatever, just be like, hey. I think that's right around the halfway point of the watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, she went on her little midnight bath thing. Sarah did.
Yeah, I asked. She didn't want company, but
Okay.
keep an eye on it.
Yeah, that's why I woke you up. Extra pair. Well, not really an extra pair of eyes. Like you're the only one that has those, so. Yeah. I'm gonna keep keep a look at or keep a ear out for the anything around the camp, I guess. You wanna just
Okay. All right. At least since you're up, if you'll go ahead and also make a perception check for me.
It's gonna be like 30. Oh,
No,
Oh
16.
yeah.
16. The
I
one
mean, that's
time
just
it's not 30.
That's me rolling it too, as well.
So, about 2 hours have gone by. Or Aeth, you watch has came to an end.
I give her a slight nod, or at least a nod, and then I'm going off to bed. See you in the morning.
Morning.
Elise, are you doing anything?
I think what she is gonna do, whilst when she looks at Aeth when he has gone to bed, she's gonna like I mean, why the fuck not, right? To make sure that it doesn't that I can do it. I will cast enhanced ability on myself for dexterity, and I will sneak up to Aeth, and I will put back the 100 gold in his bag that the bolt gave to me.
Okay. Easy enough.
I'm blind. That's right.
Yeah, go ahead and just make a sleight of hand check.
Sure. With advantage because
Of course.
Do I?
well 17.
Do I have? I don't have that. Yeah,
I'm gonna say she waited for a decent bit for you to go to sleep, and it's not. You know, you're not necessarily sleeping with your money tied on you. It's probably like in your backpack or something. Now, it's probably close to you, but still, she easy enough just slides it back in without making much of a noise. Nobody's any the wiser. But, it's about 2 more hours have gone by, and so far Saphras hasn't came back yet. Are you attempting to do anything? Now, this is where, like, the sun is, slowly starting to kind of come back up, and, yeah. Wait. Started on the 5th. Okay, so we're on the night of the 7th, because I forgot to change something. So, but yeah, as the sun is, like, starting to come back up, which is about, like, the time that she had come back, but she hasn't came back yet. Are you doing anything or still waiting?
Let's see. I'm gonna tap the earring in that direction and be like, "Hey, done baiting?"
I don't like that face. I really don't like that face.
It's a very delayed response, as it sounds like kind of like a whisper, as you hear pretty much, I have been stuck in this bush. There are 2 creatures, I think they're ghouls, out here that if I move, they'll notice me.
I'll be coming shortly. Elise activates her starry form and just heads off in that direction. And
To be fair, you have a cleric with destroy undead.
yeah, but it's fine. I'll deal with it myself. You guys can get your full rest. I am going to I'm gonna activate my starry form. As I walk away a little bit, I am going to then oh no, I already shed light anyway, that's fine. I'm gonna go and summon my cosmic blade as I'm walking towards them, and then I'm gonna see if I see the ghouls.
Okay.
Or whatever the fuck they're.
As as you start getting closer and closer, and even as the sun is like slowly rising, you yourself as you're kind of giving off this light of like an approaching sun.
Yeah, both the sword and myself give off light.
Yeah.
From the east and the west.
As they both are starting to converge, you start to notice what looks like two ghouls. They're about like 15 feet apart from each other, but it looks like they're actively searching for something. And I'll say this, you're about like 30, 40 feet away. Make a perception check for me. Well, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'll keep what you have.
I mean, I have a 21 passive as well. It's like whatever you want me to do.
You notice also across the way to the left, appears to be what looks like three really tattered dragonborns. One with his eyes is almost like pure white, as they're also converging on this. So all three of y'all are pretty much about to meet in the middle.
Oh, okay.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Oh my god.
Really?
I was about to unleash fucking unholy death on all of them. Like I have prepared. I have so much deadly magic on me right now in case something ever jumped us. So I'm just ready to fuck
Can
it
I
up.
just say I'm not even surprised that the one that decides to go skinny dipping at midnight gets caught in this.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be the
Well,
first
There
night.
probably
I
aren't
thought
any
it'd be
lakes or rivers nearby, so I don't think she's skinny dipping necessarily. If just spending time by herself.
Well, we'll talk about this next time. So, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. Sorry about the little technical issues at the beginning, but I'm glad everything is fine. Other than that, we'll see what happens next time. So, as always, I hope you all have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and if you ever get caught in the middle, well,
Just don't go bathing in the middle of the night on your own.
Yeah, wear your clothes. Good lord.
just do that.
and bring a buddy. Don't. This isn't like the '80s slasher movie where you just be like, yeah, let's just go off by ourselves.
Hide behind the chainsaws. There's a running car 10 feet away.
No, chainsaws are great, but
It sounds great.
I think
Or
if they
hide
did
in the
take
graveyard.
if they did take the car, I'm pretty sure they would be saying, "We'll see you later, bye."
Bye.
Bye.